It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
My bad. Y'all get the likes up on the video. I'm going to roll the intro back, man. Get the likes up, get the likes up, get the likes up. I'm about to roll it back. 51 seconds. Get them lights up.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
What up, everybody? Happy snow day for us. Some of us, at least. Shout out to the people who got snow days. Happy snow day. Yes, happy snow day. Happy snow day, girl. Yes, ma'am. Shout out to everybody who off the day, girl. I went to the Waffle House this morning because I was supposed to go live early, but then I was like, let me go get me something to eat. And y'all know I got me a good old Sprite from the Waffle House. But nevertheless, I went down there, girl, literally, girl, everything closed. I think Walmart was closed too. I'm not sure. But, girl, ain't nobody outside, girl. Then my car started sliding when I turned the corner out my neighborhood. Girl, my stomach went, because ain't nothing but trees and Wonderland behind there. Girl, I was so scared. I started to turn around, but I said, girl, you done made it this far, which was really down the street. But still, commit, girl, commit. So I had to commit. But by the grace of the good Lord, I made it back. Yes, I did. I ain't gonna lie. If I would have wrecked my car, which thank God I didn't, I would have just left it and came back and did the juice, then called the people. I ain't gonna lie. I probably would have just left it, came back, juice, then be like, let me get off here so I can go call the insurance people. Girl, please. But hell, it's scary to walk outside, girl. I probably would have bust my behind, girl. I went to go walk to the car. Girl, I put on some slippers. Girl, should have never did that. Almost bust my booty. Girl, I say, oh no, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. This ain't for me. We ain't used to that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't too particularly like that part. Blessed Lady says, good morning from NOLA. Lots of snow on the ground, but the sun is shining. Girl, y'all got more snow than we did. Yes, Louisiana, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, y'all got more snow than we did. That's crazy to me. You know what I mean? Right, too late. You on it. Government definitely made it snow, child. Yes, they did. Speaking of making it snow, you know New Orleans still cutting up, acting a fool, right? New Orleans still cutting up, acting a fool per usual. And I want to show y'all this comedian out of the city called Kazy. He did a funny video. It's so messed up because it's funny, but it's kind of like he's spitting. Girl, New Orleans people is crazy. And this is another thing too. Shout out to Atlanta. I seen a lot of people when they made the shade room. A lot of people from Atlanta talking about, y'all ain't gonna do as better. Y'all not better than Atlanta. Y'all didn't do the snow better. It's not a competition, y'all. We all happy to see some snow. Like, it's not a competition. Let's not create a competition where there is none. Okay. But yay. Thank you, Bree, for being a member for 9 months. I'm sorry. Child, the snow gone here in South Carolina. Some dust. LOL. Good morning. We got a little something, you know. It ain't as bad as it was the first time. The other when I missed my flights, that was a real snow day. In New Orleans, girl, my daddy showed me 7.5 inches. So they got more snow down there than we did out here. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm glad you caught a live, Fripp girl. Mm-hmm. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, girl. Hey. Girl, but yeah, I want to show y'all this video though of Rob Kazy. He a New Orleans comedian. He funny, and you know it's funny because we actually related, and I know he don't know, but on my daddy's side, but yeah, we related on my daddy's side. But nah, he like a third cousin or something like that. But girl, he made this video and I was weak. Hold on, you know New Orleans people is crazy. We do the most. Get the likes up on the video, and check out this video. His name is Rob Kazy on Instagram. Girl, check out this video with this dude.
I'm reporting live from New Orleans right now, and everybody seems so chipper and joyous about this snow. But have y'all ever stopped to think that why, when it comes to white ice, we're so joyous? We want to play in it and build a snowman and make snow angels. Oh, but when it comes to black ice, watch yourself. It's dangerous. Watch your step. You might hurt yourself. Be careful. You might crash. Oh, what is that indicating? That black is the only danger to society? Oh, when we all know that the white man is the biggest danger of them all. And I find it ironic that all this white would fall from the sky the day after Donald Trump's inauguration. Coincidence? I think not. I think it is a wake-up call and a sign to all of my people that voted for him. It's saying that it looks cool right now. At first, it looks fun. But the longer you stand in it, the colder you become, stiffening your muscles and your joints, making it harder to move and do the things that you desire. The longer you play in it, your hands become frostbitten, making it harder to grab things, causing you to lose your grip. And right now it seems innocent, falling down ever so gently on my shoulders. But the longer you walk through the snow, the more you realize that it's actually lashing against your back and also against your will. I challenge you people to look deeper than just the surface next time. Stay woke.
Girl, not with the fight the power in the background. Not with the fight the power in the background, girl. Y'all heard the fight the power. This is the thing. He being funny, but he's spitting some hot fire in there. He said, how come when it's white snow, everybody's all joyous and happy, but when it's black snow, they call it black ice and it's dangerous. He said, and the longer you stand in it, it stiffens you so you can't do the things you desire, lashing against your back, girl. This dude crazy, man. Y'all go follow Rob Kazy on Instagram, girl. Funny as hell. Go follow Rob Kazy on Instagram, y'all. He's hilarious. He hilarious. I guess we gotta boycott the snow, Lorraine. I guess. I don't know. Then he said, you think it's a coincidence that it snowed after Trump inauguration? I think not, girl. Shout out to Rob Kazy, bro. Y'all go follow Rob on Instagram. Y'all get the likes up on the video, child. Divine Empress, thank you so much for the super chat. Did you get the info on the Robert Brooks family? Yes, I did. And you know what? Really quickly, we can go over it. So this what happened. Robert Brooks is a prisoner, I guess. He's a prisoner. He went down to prison. And they say that the guards unalived him. Now there was some what do you call it? There was some body cam feed that exposed the guards beating and doing some really harsh things to him. And I want to talk about that. But let me say this. I don't like dealing with prison stories simply because I be wanting to know what the person went to prison for. And then when I find out what a lot of these people, even though I don't think nobody should be unalive, but when I find out a lot of times what these people went to prison for, I ain't gonna lie, something in my I don't give a damn just happens in my spirit. So Robert Brooks went to prison for stabbing his ex-girlfriend, which is his children's mother, who are on here making noise about their daddy being unalived in prison. Okay. Again, I don't believe anybody should be unjustly unalived. But when you stabbing women, there's something in my I don't give a damn that goes on. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just don't care. And I shouldn't say that out loud, but no, I gotta say it. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, I think it's wrong if the prisoners or the prison guards did do something to him. But I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh my God, justice for Robert Brooks. Hell no. 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 You're not gonna get that out of me. Like, not at all. LaDonna said he still shouldn't have been beaten and handcuffed, and his wife, his ex-girlfriend, still shouldn't have been stabbed. Y'all ever heard of the term? There's an old term. The old people used to say, "You live by the sword, you die by the sword." Y'all ever heard of that? And again, I don't think that it's right that they unalived him. I don't, but I'm not putting no energy towards it. The old saying is you live by the sword, you die by the sword. What goes around comes around. If he can stab his ex-girlfriend, then why would I sit up here and holler justice for the person who did that? I remember, I'm a pro capital punishment. I'm a pro firing squad, electric chair, hang them at the stake at high noon. I'm not about to sit up here and feel sorry for that. But let's get into the story. I didn't have him on the docket, but since you asked, Jackie, we got it. Let's roll it out. Because, yeah, sure. Now, mind you, his sons are the ones who on here talking about justice for their daddy, and it was their mama who he stabbed. Different. Let's get into it.
Fallout from a very shocking video showing a beating inside a prison in New York that's led to
Hold on, my bad, y'all.
Outrage and calls for reform. Shocking is a word to use here, and we have to warn you about this. It is extremely difficult to watch. The body cameras show the officers repeatedly hitting 43-year-old Robert Brooks while he was restrained on a medical exam table. Brooks died a day later, and his family is demanding action against the officers involved here.
I keep living the same nightmare over and over.
Robert Brooks' son, Robert Brooks Jr., believes his father's civil rights were violated after his dad was transferred from another prison in central New York last month.
What did you see when you watched that video?
So what I seen was torture, was anger, and overall hate. That's all I could grasp from that video. I seen a helpless man, and I see myself in him because I am his son.
These were just some of the final moments of the 43-year-old's life on the night of December 9th. It was captured on body cameras worn by officers at the Marcy Correctional Facility. The video was released 2 weeks ago by the New York Attorney General's office and shows corrections officers repeatedly punching and kicking Brooks while he's handcuffed on an infirmary bed. Brooks's limp body and bloodied face is seen taking repeated blows. At one point, an officer is seen trying to shove white material into Brooks's mouth. Another officer is seen grabbing him by the neck. The next morning, Brooks was pronounced dead. He had 3 years left on his sentence.
Your father was convicted of stabbing his ex-girlfriend, your mother.
Yes.
And that's why he was serving a 12-year sentence. You're his son. You clearly forgave him.
He did the crime and he was doing the time. He was coming home that's what prison's for. And that's not what my father got. He got a death sentence.
What would you say to those officers or the nurses that were there to witness the beating?
I hope that you're man enough to admit to what you did.
I want them all to get prosecuted. It was murder. If there's no other word for it. They murdered my father. They robbed him. They robbed him from me. He doesn't get to come home.
The state attorney general's office has assigned a special prosecutor to investigate Brooks's death.
What we see is a clear systemic problem that makes the people on the video think they can do what they're doing because they don't think anybody's watching.
Attorneys Elizabeth Mazur and Steve Schwartz represent the Brooks family.
No person of good conscience can look at that video and say this should happen in America. But when somebody is shackled and beaten the way Robert Brooks was, No one can, in good conscience, can justify that.
He recently told me that he asked for forgiveness for everything, and he felt the Lord came to him. It just makes me okay knowing that he's at peace. That's truly the only thing that makes me okay.
New York's Governor Kathy Hochul has called the video horrific and ordered the state's Department of Corrections to begin the process of firing the 14 staff members allegedly associated with Brooks's death. Now, a spokesperson for the department told us they do not comment on pending litigation. As for those body cameras, the New York Attorney General said they weren't activated at the time of the beating, but were still on and recorded video without sound in what's known as standby mode.
The latest fallout from a very shocking video showing.
All right. Why was Robert Brooks in prison in New York? Brooks was serving a long prison sentence for stabbing his girlfriend in 2016. The couple had a physical dispute that culminated in his girlfriend being stabbed numerous times in the upper torso with a knife. According to Greece police, it says he and his girlfriend shared a child. Police mounted a search for a suspect in the stabbing in closed street near Woodhill Drive in eastern Greece for several hours that day. They located Robert L. Brooks after a neighbor reported seeing a person in distress in a nearby wooded area. Brooks pled guilty to first-degree assault and a felony for stabbing his longtime girlfriend in April 18, 2016, and was sentenced to 12 years in state prison in 2017. He was moved to Mohawk Correctional Facility in Rome, to Marcy Correctional Facility near Utica on December 9th. The 4 released videos from December 10th came from body cam worn officers of 4 correctional officers. Okay, whatever. I don't think it's my place to get into the way of God. And I'm not saying that God did this, but I feel like I'm of the belief that if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. It's wrong for them to do him like that, but you don't get civil rights when you're in prison. I don't think people are understand that. You don't get civil rights in prison. You just don't. You're a number. You're a number. That's it. He repeatedly stabbed his ex-girlfriend in the upper torso. That's where I stopped. Right there. I don't know if the son's doing this to get their little paycheck. I don't know what it is. I don't believe that all people in prison deserve the rights y'all trying to fight for. We outside can't get the rights. So prayers to that man's family. Prayers to that man's family. Oh, and by the way, y'all talking about Trump's gonna let these, this is what he's talking about, no immunity. Girl, this been going on since the beginning of time. Hello? Are you home? Is anybody home? You do know they've been doing this to prisoners since the beginning of time. This ain't got nothing to do with Trump. They've been doing this since the beginning of time. Let that sink in. You think he the first? Like this just started when Trump got office? Let's use our thinking caps. This has been happening. You don't get rights when you're in prison. And unfortunately, sometimes they do stuff like this. I don't have no sympathy for that. Sorry. Let's move on. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you, Vivi, for becoming a new member. Thank you. Princess Tiana, thank you for the super chat. She says, Biden pardoned Marcus Garvey, jab at FBA. He pardoned Marcus Garvey? He dead. What you mean? I don't know what that means. Biden pardoned Marcus Garvey. I thought he was dead. Princess Tiana, what you saying, girl? How did he pardon him? Oh, I don't, Tina says he still needs to be treated like a human being. This is something that happens all the time and it needs to stop. He did what he did, but who gives them the right? Nobody gives them the right, honestly. And I do think that people in prison should be treated like human beings. All I'm saying is I ain't got no sympathy for it. You stabbed your ex-girlfriend. Numerous times. Why we not over there advocating for her? I mean, y'all starting in the middle. Let's start at the beginning. Why we not advocating for her? Why he only got 12 years for stabbing her numerous times? 12 years? Yeah. See, I'm not one of those people, and I'm not saying nobody in here is. I'm not one of those people who go run into prison. I don't date prison men, and I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. And I'm not saying none of y'all are, but I just know I'm not. I'm just, if we gonna talk about advocating for somebody, we gonna be advocating for the women who suffering under DV and getting stabbed by men. That's where I start and stop. So, because at the end of the day, he's a man. There's no reason for him to stab her. Even beating her, but let alone stabbing her. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on, because that wasn't even on the docket. We do have a cute little show today. We got Sexy Red versus Bernice King. Bernice King checked Sexy Red as she should, but we're going to get into it. Trump wants more mRNA vaccines, and I'm over here saying, how, Sway? How? Where's RFK? I thought you put RFK on this to get rid of the stuff like this. We gonna get into it. The newscaster. So the weathermen. Y'all know how the weathermen do the weather. Girl, they replacing them. They firing all them people and like gonna do one big weather channel and beam it to all these different locations. That's gonna be bad, and we're gonna talk about that. Because they already been lying to y'all about the weather and other things, but they really about to start creating that narrative, girl. Watch. Karen Huger leaving RHOP after she got found guilty, and then Chris Brown suing Warner Brothers because they put out that documentary with all things that were already proven false about him allegedly SAing other, those women. We're gonna get into it, child. This is a cute little show we got. A real cute little show. Y'all get the likes up on the video, and we could start, I guess, with Karen, girl, crazy behind. Let's get her up out the way. Let's get her up out the way, child. So Karen Huger is quitting Real Housewives of Potomac. She is the grand dame. She is the middle girl. She is as important as Nene Leakes of that franchise, but she's quitting. I know we talked about this on our channel before. She had a DUI where she hit a tree, and they had already said she had a drinking problem, but she was always so poised. I was just like, I couldn't see it until the body cam footage dropped, and then that was it. And I was just like, oh my God, you know what I mean? So Karen Huger kept saying that she was innocent until it was time for her to get convicted. And then people said, girl, you was guilty. I don't know if she's doing time, but we'll get into that whenever it's announced. But ultimately, she's now put out a statement saying she quit. And I guess Gizzard will be the one to take over that middle stage. You know what I mean? It's just that Gizzard don't have the personality like Karen, in my opinion. But anyway, Karen Huger announces departure from Real Housewives of Potomac. This is Karen Huger. Okay, she's got a real bad drinking problem, really bad. It says Karen Huger reveals she's leaving the RHOP. Her announcement came after she missed the reunion taping due to her checking into rehab. After much thought and reflection, I have made the difficult decision to step away from RHOP, she says. She wrote in a post. This journey has been nothing short of plenty of grand dame energy. I am forever grateful to my loyal fans, Bravo, and my amazing castmates for the memories and support over the years. She continued, while this chapter may be closing, my story is far from over. I am excited to focus on new opportunities, my family, and continuing to elevate my brand in ways that reflect my passion and purpose. Thank you all for your unwavering love and encouragement. The grand dame is not going anywhere, just evolving. Stay fabulous. And always remember, class and grace never go out of style. See, she always so poised. Look at Karen. She always so poised, girl. Yeah. So Karen said she quit. Now, remember, hold on. Let me see. We reported Huger was found guilty of a DUI in December. She was found guilty of 4 other counts, including failure to control, speed to avoid a collision, failure. Wait, you would get a charge for failing to control the speed to avoid a collision? How you control? I guess that means, because I'm thinking, if let's say I'm not under the influence, because this is what that sounds like to me. Listen, think about it like this. Failure to control your speed to avoid a collision. So that means, let's say you're on the interstate and you know the max speed is 70 miles per hour and you're doing 75 and you hit something. So they're saying failure to control your speed to avoid a collision. Why not just say speeding? Because I can't, it don't matter how fast I'm going. If, you know what I mean? Or reckless driving, maybe. I don't know. That was weird for me. I don't know. Because I feel like people who don't get DUIs going to start catching those charges if they haven't already. I'm just saying, I just see something right there. But anyway, it says failure to notify of a change of address and negligent driving after her car accident in March. We wish Karen Huger the best in her future endeavors. So Karen is getting up out of there. Let me tell you what I think it is. First of all, Karen don't want to go back and have to face the nation with these girls dragging her down to the ground like they was trying to do originally. Number one. Number two, I feel like Karen don't want that to literally tarnish her brand. I feel like she because she still have her loyal fans. She still have her loyal fans. Like, they not going nowhere. But I feel like Karen understands that if she even tried to come back, whatever little fans she have left is going to be over. And she's looking at the bigger picture. She does have her own stuff that she sells. She's got a whole bunch of other stuff going on. Why lose everything trying to keep the show? That's what it sounds like to me. But Karen has quit, y'all. Do y'all think Gizzard could be the thing? Because I heard somebody say Wendy Osefo. Y'all know how I feel about Wendy Osefo. Girl, Wendy Osefo is boring. Period, point blank. She's boring. Like, there's nothing excited about Wendy Osefo. So I don't know how this is going to go. Maybe Gizzard could possibly bring somebody else on, because Gizzard is known around Potomac. But Wendy Osefo? No, ma'am. Y'all puts 20 on 10 when it come to her. Not y'all, but I'm saying the people who like her, they really put 20 on 10 with that lady. That lady is boring. She's boring. And you could tell she's out of her element every time. Like, T. Hames said Wendy is an alcoholic. Wait, what? T. Hames said Wendy is an alcoholic and we are rooting for Wendy. Oh, you mean Karen? Wendy was unofficially asked to leave Johns Hopkins. Yeah, because she doing too much on that show. K. Garden says Wendy is a stereotypical Nigerian American and is. She really is. But who knows? Maybe the show was too much for Karen and her sobriety. Who knows? I don't know. But whatever's best for Karen, I'm here for it. I don't know if she got sentenced at any time. But yeah, shout out to Karen for doing what's best for her. That's all I can see. Let's move on. Kelly. Kelly says, I wouldn't be surprised if all those women are low-key alcoholics. Let's talk about it. Because liquor, people don't understand. On these reality shows, they give them free liquor. Actually, they encourage them to drink. They literally say here, so that they can make better scenes. This is not just a love and hip hop or baddies thing. I'm talking about all the way up to the top. What housewife franchise sued, or one of the people sued, or was trying to sue Bravo and Andy Cohen because they say they be giving them all that liquor behind the scenes? It was a clear woman. Who knows? Put it in the chat. It was one of them clear women. Was it the Hilton sister? I can't remember, but they said they was given, and it was one of the clear housewives. They say that they were suing Bravo and Andy. It was New York. They say because all they do in the background is give them alcohol and drugs so that they could get on the scene and act crazy. Like, that's what they do. That's literally what they do. Brandy Granville, that's her name. Listen. this is not just on the what we call bottom shelf reality TV, like baddies. That's what they do to all of them. So you're right. It wouldn't surprise me if they all have some type of alcohol or something, some type of abuse. I heard they give them the Jesus the Snowman too, allegedly. So it wouldn't surprise me. Now, I ain't never heard of Wendy being no alcoholic. I ain't gonna lie. I never heard of that. But if they giving them that type of stuff to like spruce up the show, literally what they're doing is creating addicts. Think about it. I get it. You only film X amount of months throughout the year. But if they are allegedly giving these people this stuff in order to get better scenes, you're going to create a habit. And you're going to create a habit that turns into an addict. So, and again, I feel like Karen probably was already sipping before she got on Real Housewives. Because I remember the first season when, what's the girl name? The one who thought she was the grand dame. She a little ugly. And she looks a mess. And her husband left her and we got an apartment with a girl in New Jersey. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I used to drag her down to the ground. Her husband left her and we got an apartment in New Jersey with another woman. And she was over there depressed, tied and through. What's the girl name? Girl who said she was the real Cherie. Is that her name? Cherise. Big Reese. That's who I'm talking about. Cherise. Girl. Remember that first season, Cherise, when the Grand Dime came on and the Grand, I ain't gonna lie, I did believe Cherise in this part. Cherise was like, girl, I was the one who brought these people together. Like, it was me. But here come Grand Dime coming over here. I invited her in my circle. And then she turned around and basically took my title and took my friends. I believed Big Reese right there. I did. Because think about it. The Grand Dame is light skinned. We all know they love a good color. What do you call it? Colorism up there in Potomac. So I believe that. 2, she's fabulous. And Reese wasn't. Big Reese never been fabulous. And even when she was still married to her husband, living in that huge, extremely large mansion, girl, Cherise has never been fabulous. Even when the things around Cherise was fabulous, Cherise just has never been fabulous. She just doesn't have it. She just doesn't have it. And it doesn't matter how much money and access to fabulosity this lady could get. Big Reese, it's not in her or on her. It's just not. And the Grand Dame came and took her spot. But I'm saying all that to say, remember when the Grand Dame took her spot and was like, I'm the Grand Dame of Potomac, da-da-da-da. Cherise had said that season that Karen ain't nothing but an alcoholic who be over there cheating on Ray. Poor Ray. Every time I see Ray, I be saying poor Ray. But she said Karen ain't nothing but an alcoholic whore who won't do nothing but cheat on Ray. She said Ray just old and be sitting there. She said and she be drinking and getting freaky around there in the clubs and all of that. And I remember Karen was like, that is a lie. I am the Grand Dame. And I was like, yeah, I don't believe that. Shh. After I done seen what I done seen, Big Reese wasn't lying. And I said what I said. In my opinion, after I seen what I had seen, okay, Big Reese wasn't lying. Vivi said, y'all think Ray be cheating bike? I think he probably cheated all them years before the Grand Dame got on. Hey, y'all know I'm a cheat back type of girl. This is what I think, because remember, Ray was older than the Grand Dame when he got with her. Right? Ray was older than her, and Ray had the money. Now she came from a couple of dollars, but Ray had the bag. I believe when they were younger in their marriage, I think Ray was going peen here and there. But when Ray's stuff stopped working, that's what I believe. I believe when Ray stuff stopped working, the Grand Dame got on with the Housewives of Potomac, so she started making her own little cute little coin. And, the boys was on her because she was, and she's still fabulous right now. And she like 69. I think the Grand Dame was like, I'm about to get my lick bag. And I ain't gonna lie, I can't be mad at him. I think the Grand Dame was like, I'm just about to get my lick bag. It's cool. That's what I believe. I don't know. Do I think Ray be cheating bike right now? He might be cheating financially or emotionally, but I don't think that little thing work. So, and I ain't gonna lie. I'd rather you cheat with that little thing than to give another girl money. I ain't gonna lie. Money And emotions come second. But don't get this on my money, bitch. Now we about to have a fight. Now we about to roll. I'd rather you give her a lapine. Do not give her no money out my household, girl. Mm-hmm. I think she's just getting her lick back, you know, and Ray just, you know, he old. Where he gonna go? Who gonna take care of Ray? Who gonna take care of Ray? Where he gonna go? Girl, Ray probably was like, well, I'm stuck now. I'm old. She the only one could get me up out the bed, change my Pampers or whatever. So now he gotta, you know, karma, I guess. I don't know. Nevertheless, girl, shout out to Karen, girl, for doing what you got to do as you should. Shout out to Karen for doing what you got to do. But since we on law, let's get on to Chris Breezy. Yes, ma'am. So Chris Brown, y'all know Karen's son ain't raised, just the daughter. I thought, yeah. Right? Because didn't she had a son before, right? Or did she cheat? No. I think she had the son like right when she met Ray or something like that. I don't remember. But girl, now that I know what I knew, I ain't gonna lie. I'm thinking back to when Big Reese was around there saying Karen was over there getting freaky down at the bathroom. And as drunk as Karen was, she probably don't even remember. They say Karen was in the stalls giving a Gulp 3000 allegedly. I didn't say it, Karen. That's what Big Reese said. So I don't know. Let's get on the Breezy, girl. So Chris Brown, girl, is suing Warner Brothers. Did y'all know that? So this is what happened. So Chris Brown, they had this documentary that came out, and I told y'all I went to watch it because what I wanted to see, hold on, let me get it up here. I went to watch this documentary because people were like, oh my God, but Voodoo, Breezy is a monster. Have you seen the documentary? And I know a lot of people were still holding on to the situation with Rihanna Big Head Ass or whatever the case may be. So I was like, let me go see. You know what I'm saying? They say he was over there playing with Karuchi and all of that, talking about he ain't gonna never let her go and things of that nature. That was very creepy. But nevertheless, here we are. So I say, I went to go watch the documentary myself because I had to go see what I had to go see. You know what I'm saying? So when I watched the documentary, what I saw was a few familiar stories. They talked about the girl that was it in England or France or somebody who said that he had essayed her, but they left out the part, if I could remember, that it turned out she was lying. Or maybe they slid it in but didn't harp on it. You know what I'm saying? Then they had the girl who was sharing the text messages saying that she woke up and got essayed. But then it turns out the girl was just stalking him because he smashed her one time and then dumped her. He like pump and dumped her. You know, it was a whole bunch of weird allegations that didn't have no merit, but they put it in a documentary to put smut on his name. And I remember seeing it and I was like, oh yeah, Q Williams, he had receipts. He had the receipts. And I don't think they expected that. Because see, what they realized is ever since the R. Kelly docuseries or the documentary, when they were talking about surviving R. Kelly, that's what they do. That's why they did it thing out. They realized that they could sway people's opinion of people. All they got to do is put it in a documentary. So when they were putting this documentary together, I think what they thought was they were going to get the public to shame him and cancel him. But right after the documentary dropped, Chris Breezy came back with all the receipts and was like, every single thing y'all put in that documentary not only is not true, y'all knew it wasn't true, and y'all still put that in a documentary, okay? So Chris Brown ends up going suing Warner Brothers. Be careful, Chris, because you know when you sue the big companies, they get the woo. So be careful. But Chris ends up suing the company because they basically defaming his name. They really are, though. They're literally defaming his name, and I think that he has a right to get on here and say that, because it would be one thing if these were new allegations that he didn't know about and he didn't have no receipts, and also that they didn't know that were false. But they knew all the allegations in that documentary was false. That's the problem. And I told y'all that because I know a lot of people, big Rihanna, they got a lot of semen in the chat. Okay, shout out to the semen. And I know y'all want to love on Rihanna and protect her, and I'm here for it. But Rihanna wanted her man back. I keep telling y'all that Rihanna wanted her nigga back. Okay, so y'all can't get mad at me because Rihanna ain't as mad at him as y'all is. You know what I mean? So, but at the end of the day, Chris Brown sued them people. And he should, because it was all a bunch of bull malarkey, and they knew that when they put it out. So let's get into the lawsuit. So it says Chris Brown files $500 million, $500 million. Oh, breezy, they might come for your head. Defamation lawsuit against Warner Brothers Discovery over essay claims in documentary. The singer takes issue with an accuser stating in a documentary that he R-worded her, as well as his portrayal that he has a predisposition of punching women in the face. So they use the Rihanna tease, right, to say, look, he did the same thing to me. I think that's what a lot of this stuff been going on, has been doing too. And don't get me wrong, I don't think Chris Brown is the innocent, sweet choir boy. I think Chris Brown do be obsessed with these girls, and I think that his whole "if I can't have you, nobody can" is very problematic. And I think that he need to go get some help for that, because that's not okay. I don't care who it is. That is not okay. And I would never want to be under the thumb of a man who thinks like that, because that is the most dangerous thing a man could think, right? But ultimately, I think what they're doing is using his past and painting his picture for today as what is going on today. And again, Warner Brothers knew that was cap. It says Warner Brothers Discovery's Chris Brown. It says a history of violence has sparked defamation lawsuit from the singer, who says the documentary featured false sexual assault allegations against him. In a lawsuit filed on Tuesday in LA Superior Court, Brown alleges the documentary's producers knowingly included discredited claims of essay and evidence tampering from an unreliable accuser. He seeks at least $500 million, a portion of which he says he will donate to the survivors of SA. He says the documentary released in October explores accusation of domestic violence and essay against the singer. It says central to its narrative is a Jane Doe who in 2022 sued Brown for essay and battery for allegedly R-wording her. And I'm going to just read, raping her at Sean Combs' Miami Beach-based yacht. The lawsuit was later dismissed without prejudice, meaning it cannot be refiled, or meaning it can be refiled. Now, they included this in the documentary knowing that it was already proven not true. Hold on. It says Brown alleges the accuser fabricated her claims, which he says the documentary's producers should have known. It was revealed the lawsuit enforcement uncovered text messages that exposed her dishonesty. Her history of violence and erratic behavior should have raised red flags for any responsible journalist claiming the lawsuit. It says which cites a DV, domestic violence restraining order against the Jane Doe. It says the lawsuit targeted statements from the accusers that he raped her. He says he also takes issue with the portrayal that he has a predisposition for punching women in the face. Brown says that he notified the documentary's producers that the film contained false claims, but they didn't make any necessary revisions. Their actions exhibited actual malice as they prioritized profit over facts, ignoring publicly available court records and other credible evidence, the complaint states, referring to the legal standards requiring public figures to prove that allegedly defamatory statements were made with prior knowledge that was said is false or is made with reckless indifference to the truth. In the lawsuit, the singer cites his self-produced 2017 documentary, Chris Brown, Welcome to My Life, which follows his life and career while nodding to his assault in 2009 of then girlfriend Rihanna. I went from being on top of the world, #1 songs, being kind of like America's sweetheart, to being Public Enemy #1, he said in the documentary. WBD, that's Warner Brothers, didn't immediately respond to requests for comments on the lawsuit, which also names producers Ample, Scotchy Cool, I don't know who that is, Sharon Carpenter, Michelle Taylor, and Cheryl Dorsey. So this is the thing. He had a lot of great points. First of all, as a journalist, which everybody isn't, but as a journalist, you have the responsibility to fact check your things before you talk about it. You do. You just have to. You can't, as a journalist. That's why there's a thing called journalism. That's study, research, all types of stuff. So let's just say if I was a journalist, you came to me and you was just like, oh, voodoo. Michael Jackson flipped off the top of a roof and broke both of his ankles and he never gonna dance no more. Right? And I'm just using that as an example. My job as a journalist is to, number one, fact check what you're saying, and then number two, do the research to figure out if those things are true. If I can't get in touch with Michael Jackson or his team himself, I have to go do the necessary research and study to go and see what happened, and if it is true, get the actual details before I get on here and say it. It's called journalism integrity. See, this is where a lot of YouTubers and bloggers are going to get in trouble, I can see in the future, because none of them have that. A lot of them don't have that. They just see a story and they roll with it. You cannot do that. But we aren't journalists, so number one. But number two, the rules still apply. Why do you think Cardi was able to sue Tasha K? Because Tasha K did this. Cardi did the same thing that Tasha was like, hey, that's not true. Take that down. And even though Tasha was not a journalist, she still had the obligation to fact check these things before she put it out on her platform. And of course, Tasha K said, I wiped my ass with cease and desist. And here we are. Okay. So at the end of the day, they were wrong with Warner Brothers. They knew that some of the stuff that they had on there was false. And yet they still put it out there. But it was all really to defame the boy character. That's really all it was. And it's unfortunate that, Chris Brown got to sue, because it don't matter what he sues for and what's proven. There's a group of people who are still going to look at him as a monster, but then save justice for Robert Brooks. Weird. You know what I mean? But yeah, nevertheless, somebody said he don't like us chocolate girls. Good. We don't like him. Well, I know I don't. So it don't offend me. I don't like no light-skinned niggas neither. And my man light-skinned. God damn. I just thought about it. But I don't like no light-skinned nigga neither. So I don't care who he like, because it don't matter to me, because I'm not trying to get at him. So yeah, I hope he wins too. I really do hope he wins. I think that he deserves that, because you can't just go out there and say what you want to say. That don't go like that. That literally don't go like that. So shout out to Breezy, bro. Let me also say this. We got to be mindful. We have to be mindful of the things that we put out. And listen, it's not just for content creators, even people in the chat. Because remember, now it's a sue happy world. Everybody's suing. Girl, somebody could see you putting something in the chat. You feel me? Somebody could see you putting something in the chat and be like, that's not true. And literally go find you and sue you. I'm just saying. Girl, y'all got to be careful out here in these streets. It ain't just the content creators. That part. And they definitely be watching. It's rough outside. Thank you, Tisha, for becoming a member. Thank you, Richie China. She says the exit is 20 miles and she's going like 60. The exit is 20 miles and she's going like 60. I don't know if it's me. I can't understand. Yeah, but shout out to Breezy, bro. He ain't deserve that. Right. They better start fact checking Frip Girl. They better. You can't get on here, especially when you just know you lying. You can't get on here and do that. Karen, I know what he's talking about. Oh, so they saying the exit is 20 miles long. And she doing 60? Oh, the exit. Oh, okay. The exit speed limit is 20 miles and she was doing 60. Got it. Okay, go. Yeah. The exit. Okay, I get it. Because when you exit in, they tell you the sometimes the speed limit changes and it slows down so you can exit properly. She was going too fast around the exit. Gotcha. Sorry about that. But child, this is a sue happy world. So I think Chris Brown is doing the right thing. It's hard going against them conglomerates, bro. You seen what happened to the last security guard. Did he? You seen what happened to the last security guard. Girl, Chris Breezy. Keep your head on the swivel, my guy. Keep your head on the swivel, my guy, because it's hard out here. It's rough. It's rough. It's rough. These people don't play. They don't play fair. They do not play fair at all. You hear me? Thank you for the super chat, TL. I'm still, she said, y'all, I'm still at work. I work at a hospital. I was tired. Girl, listen. I was just down to the Waffle House, and this girl asked me something, and she started gibberish. I thought she was on something, you know, and the only reason I thought that, not because I felt like the girl was a crack addict or nothing like that, but y'all know the people down at the Waffle House be on that shit's not eat. Y'all know that. You know what I mean? That's why they so good. That's why the food's so good. You know what I mean? But the girl leaned over the counter and was like, you want a dark waffle? And I said, what? She was like, you want a waffle dark? And I said, sure, I don't care as long as it's not burnt. And she was like, excuse me? I said, yeah, it don't matter as long as it's not burnt. And she was like, I'm sorry. And then she started doing like this. She said, excuse me? I looked at her. I said, girl, is you all right? I said, girl, is you okay? That girl told me, I'm sorry. I've been at work since 6 o'clock yesterday evening. I said, why is you still here? Look what she said. Oh, they didn't have nobody to cover the shift. I said, and what that got to do with you? The girl was delirious. It's not funny that she was delirious, but the girl was delirious. She must have saw like 5 of me. You know what I mean? Girl, I told that girl, I pulled her on the side. I said, listen here. I said, unless you don't have no ride and you got to stay, girl, get out of here and go home. Waffle House going Waffle House with or without you. Do not give this type of blind loyalty to these folks. Girl, go home. Go lay down. You know what I mean? I said, I get it. You trying to be nice. But girl, I done worked at a restaurant all my life. Them people will have you give all your loyalty to them, and then one day they'll fire your ass like you ain't did nothing for them. I said, girl, go home. But I'm saying all that to say, TL said, I'm still at work at the hospital. Girl, unless I'm a brain surgeon that's doing a 30-hour surgery, I'm going home. Shout out to UTL and the girl down at the Waffle House. The poor thing, she was delirious. Poor thing. She started, I guess when she asked the question, she said, you want a dark waffle? I said, what? I was like, a dark-skinned waffle? What is she saying? You know what I mean? Like, what is she saying? And I said, a what? She said, a dark waffle. I said, sure, I guess, as long as it's not burnt. You know what I'm saying? Wait, what? I'm sorry, what? I said, oh my God, somebody help her. I thought, at first, I ain't gonna lie. I thought she popped one too. You know how I go. You know how the Waffle House people be. Don't act like don't get on here and say, but Vinny, you're stereotyping. Bull crap. Y'all know them people down at the Waffle House be on that shit's not eat. That's why that food be so good. If they outside smoking the cigarette when you pull up, that's the right one. And if they ain't on no drugs, they damn sure got a little taste in their cup. Okay? If they ain't on no drugs, when you see him picking up that cup on side the grill, as the lady over there hollering, pull 3 eggs over medium, and he do like this. No, this how you do it. Because he don't put the top on it. When that lady hollering, he already got 12 sets of eggs, 3 hash browns, and 59 slabs of bacon already on the grill. And that lady said, pull 3 eggs over me. No, or pull 6 eggs over medium, 12 bacon, and that nigga pull that damn cup from off the side of that grill and do like this. You got to know that ain't no Sprite. You got to know that's not Sprite. So do with that information as you please. But you got to know that ain't Coke. It's not Dr. Pepper. It's not Sunkiss. Nah, take that information and do with it as you please, okay? So that's the only reason I thought the girl might have been under some type of influence. But it turns out she was a sweet old girl. Sweet as pie, old girl. She ain't mean nothing. She just was delirious. The girl been over there slinging waffles since 6 o'clock yesterday evening. The moral to the story is to everybody listening to the sound of my ears, do not give more than you can or you have to give to these companies. I don't give a damn where you work at. Because them people will turn around and kick you in your ass on your way out the door. And wouldn't give no damns about the things you did for them in the past. This ain't what I think. This is what I know. Please prioritize you first. Don't get me wrong. Do your job. Go do whatever you got to do. But always prioritize you. Because them people gonna prioritize that company. I'll never forget this lady worked at Copeland since they opened the doors in the 80s. All clear woman. And that lady, they got a new manager in there who didn't like her. That lady came to work one day late and they fired that lady. That lady had been working at Copeland for like 20-some years, opened the first doors, knew Al Copeland personally. And she got fired. And guess what Al Copeland told her? I guess nothing I could do about it. Girl, please. That was my first trick in, please. And she was crying. All the things I've done, I'm always early and I stay late and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Girl, them people don't care about none of that. Them people don't care about none of that. Prioritize you first. That's where I was going with that. TL, girl, prioritize you first. Don't be over there killing yourself behind these people's jobs, girl. Girl, please. Thank you, Nicole Smith, for the super chat. Voodoo, don't forget they're beating ass like WWE. They're beating Ash like WWE. Is it me? I don't know. I can't. What do you mean, Nicole? Don't forget they're beating like WWE. Somebody help me out in the chat. I don't know. But yeah, y'all prioritize yourself. Prioritize yourself. Please prioritize yourself. Yeah, because it has happened to me too. It has happened to me too. So I understand how that feels. But that poor young lady. That poor young lady. All right, let's move on, you guys. Y'all, let's move on. Oh, the Waffle House fighters. Thank you, Meek. Thank you. I appreciate that. Shaw said that was mean, and I hope the manager get their karma. Girl, let me tell you something. I remember they fired me, but I just went to another Copeland's. Girl, I went, listen, let me tell you something. I done worked at every single Copeland's in New Orleans. Everyone. West Bank. 2 of them on the West Bank, I'm sorry. Cross the river. I done worked at that's the same thing, the West Bank. I done worked at both of them, Sweet Fire and Ice, and I worked at Copeland's on Veterans. I worked at the Copeland's in Elmwood. Girl, every time I get fired, I just go to the next one like I'm a new employee. What's up? I'm resilient, bitch. Bitch, I'm resilient. You fire me over here? Fine. I'm gonna wait about a month. I'll be back. Bitch, I changed my hair, okay? And I go to the next one. Girl, what's up? And don't care. Now, one time they caught me and they fired me again. Wait. One time they caught me and they fired me again, but don't worry about it. I waited 2 months this time and I went to another one and I stayed at that one, baby. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I don't care. I don't give up. I don't care. You want a chain restaurant? Good. Fire me over here. Because see, Copeland's is, listen, before it went all the way out to Atlanta, I worked at the one in Metairie too. I worked at all of them. Listen, I'm not from Metairie though. But look, let me tell you something. Girl, Copeland's, I know it's all out in Atlanta and they got like big corporate and all that. But before it was in Atlanta and when it was only in New Orleans, girl, them people were still working off an old system. It's not like McDonald's. You get fired from one McDonald's, it go into the system, and they be like, oh my God, she can't get hired at no more McDonald's because they can pull it up. I worked at the one that's like there for years. They know me down there for years and years. Girl, listen, let me tell you something. The McDonald's got a system. If you get fired at the one in New Orleans, you can't go apply for the one in Florida because they could look it up in the system. Copeland's wasn't like that. Copeland's was still using typewriters. They had people numbers on the Rolodex, girl. So yay. If I get fired from this one, I could just go to the next one. And I did that. Slidell, did. Left there, went back to Metairie, did. Worked at the Elmwood, did. Worked at the one on Veterans, did. Worked at Sweet Fire and Ice, on the West Bank, girl. I was just moving around. Now, they did catch me on the West Bank. But that was because one of the managers came in and saw me. That bitch, ugly ass hoe. She had a big old booty though. And her nigga sold drugs. And that hoe came in there. And that hoe saw me at the other one cause she had fired me from the one I was at. And that big old, she was fired though. She was fine. I ain't gonna lie, but I ain't like that hoe. That hoe came in there and saw me, girl, and was like, who hired you? Girl, my stomach fell in the pits of my stomach, girl. My heart fell, girl. I sunk. She said, how you get over here? And she said, hold on, let me go talk to. And girl, they went in the back. I just gathered my keys. Yes, I did. I just got my keys and got my jacket and I just left. I did. I wasn't about to let them call me to the bike. No, we don't need to talk about nothing. I don't want to go to the meeting. I already know what it's about to go. So I just grabbed my stuff and I left. I ain't gonna lie, I was hurt too. Because I was like, man, I wish that whole, you know what I'm saying? Why would she come in there and do that? Like, girl, stupid ass. That's why I hope your nigga went to jail for selling drugs. Because they say he was around there. They say he was a big time drug dealer too. And I hope he went to prison for life. Because that whole sure did get me fired, girl. She sure did. That's the only one. That's the only time they caught me. That who came in that restaurant sure did, girl. I'll never forget it. I was mad. Then I went and told my baby father / ex-husband, and I told him, I said, she came in there and they gonna fire me. He said, why's you even working anyway? I said, I need my own money. Girl. I wasn't going to the bank for no meeting, girl. Because you know that was gonna happen. Oh, can you real quick, come off the floor real quick. Can you come to girl, please? What we going to do? I'm not coming. Ain't nothing to talk about in the bank. I'm not going back there. Well, somebody said, why did I get fired? So one of the times I got fired because this pregnant clear woman, remember this is still racist Louisiana, but this pregnant clear woman came in and was like, I would like to have a salad, but I'm pregnant, so I can't have blue cheese because blue cheese hurts the baby. And I'm thinking, bitch, what? Okay, whatever. So I take the whole order. And she started being a real bitch. She was like, make sure the blue cheese isn't on the salad, because if it's on the salad, I'm telling you now, I'm sending it back, because a lot of you servers, you guys act like something is wrong with you. Girl, she was cutting up. And I have a thing where I need to work on my nonverbal. So I was just like, and she was going in. Girl, that lady was going in on me. And she was clear. So, you know, I was already ready to roll. But I didn't even roll her out. Let me tell you something. I went to the bank. I did. And I was giving I had put the order in, and I went back to the kitchen. And I told the boy on the salad, I said, look, whatever you do, please. Now, mind you, we in the back. I said, please do not put no blue cheese on this lady's salad. Don't put a sprinkle of blue cheese, because I don't want to have to hit this lady mouth. She out there being a bitch. That's what I said. And the white boy, who's the manager, said, what did you say? Now, mind you, he expediting the food. Y'all know what expediting mean? Like he pulling the tickets and putting the food down so we can run the food. You know what I'm saying? So he stopped what he was doing and said, what did you say? And I said, she's out there being a bitch. Because normally we could go to the back and say stuff like that. Girl, he said, clock out. I said, what? He said, clock out. I said, why? He was like, because you're not going to disrespect the customer. I said, she's not here. I'm in the back venting. You know what I mean? And he was like, I don't care. Clock out. I said, so when I can come back to work? He said, I don't know. I'll let you know. I felt like I was fired. So I decided to go out with a bang. And so I said, okay. I said, so you really going to fire me? Mind you, I know that he be snorting that powder and he be sleeping with 3 of the girls that work on the floor. So I said, you about to fire me for real? And he was like, now that you saying it, yeah, I'm firing you. Bet. I went out to the front of the restaurant and I took my apron off. I untied it. And I said, attention, everybody in the store. Mr. Mike be around there snorting that powder every chance he get. That's why every time y'all see him, he wiping his nose. And he's sleeping with Karen. He's sleeping with Miss Mandy. And he's sleeping with the other lady. And he married. And I hope somebody in here kin to his wife or know his wife and go back there and tell his wife that every time he come to work working overtime, he come early because him and Miss Karen be in the freezer fucking. And I walked out. And then I went stand in the car and I cried. And I called my baby father / ex-husband. And I was crying. He was like, stop calling me at work with that stupid ass shit. You don't need them fucking jobs. I said, but I ain't do nothing. Oh, they done fire me. He used to be drove, girl. He used to be drove. Girl, I cried. I'm talking about the ugly cry, snotting and crying, girl. I did. I'm tired of them people playing with me. Girl, he said, man, bye. Yeah, I've been fired from many places. Yes, I have. But you know, God work in mysterious ways, because he ended up getting a DUI and they fired him all together too. Look at God. He ended up getting a DUI and he almost hit somebody, and they ended up firing him from the manager squad. So they say the good Lord, he might not come when you want him, but he always on time. Look at him. And he had spent a little time. He had spent a little time in jail because that was like his fourth DUI. Yes, they did. Shout out to God. Shout out to God. That was like his fourth DUI, so they kept him down there, girl. This happened like 2-3 months later, and girl, they fired him, girl. Yes, they did. I said, look at God, huh? Won't he do it? Thank you for being a member for 7 months. Truth Be Told channel. She says, "Oh, I love that, cause don't play with me. That's my kind of pettiness." Oh yeah, if I'm going out, I might as well just roll it out. You know what I'm saying? What we holding it in for? I might as well roll it out. Yeah. No, it is what it is. If I'm fired, we all fired. It is. We ain't none of us gonna be working. And I hope your wife found out and she fired and fired your ass and divorced your ass, because he damn sure was coming in early to sleep with that lady in the cooler, because I walked in on him before and did. And the lady, her name wasn't Karen, but I'm using that name. But the lady, Miss Karen, when I said that, she went, Miss Karen caught her straight. Because she used to work on the morning shift with me, girl, because I used to work doubles. Girl, Miss Karen caught that straight. Girl, Miss Karen looked like her light flashed before her eyes, because she was married too, girl. I don't care. Shit. Stop sleeping with that man in the freezer in the morning. I don't care. Fuck, bitch. What you want me to do? What's up? I mean, for real, like, what you want me to do? Fuck, bitch. Take that up with your nigga. Take that up with your husband. I don't care. Nah. And I said what I said. Yes, I did. Thank you, Deborah Copeland, for the super chat. But voodoo, right. Facts. Yes. Watch the food y'all be eating. Maybe the cold killed the germs. I don't know. But I ain't see them on no food. But they was on this little part in the freezer, the walk-in freezer, that you could put stuff on. It looked like you could sit on it. And that's what he was. And she was on top of him. And, y'all ever seen clear people have? Never mind. It's just not. If you ever watched Clear, PORN, then you know it was just like, ugh, y'all ain't even, you know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't. Because when I walked in, first they ain't see me, but I wanted to watch. You know what I'm saying? So I looked. And then I walked all the way in, girl, and they were like, ooh, and I was like, oh, my bad. I ain't gonna say nothing. Put it in the vote. Right back here. Vote me, please. Put that right here in the vote. You know what it reminded me of? Y'all remember on HBO back in the day? Who used to have HBO when we used to watch TV? And on HBO after 12 o'clock, they put out the clear porn. Y'all remember that? And the clear people used to be naked, but all it looked like they was doing was rubbing up against each other. That's what it looked like. It didn't even look, you know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like. Yeah, real sex. That's what it was. It was real sex. Yeah. That's what it looked like. It was just. But back when you was a kid, that was like a lit. It was because they didn't show that type of stuff. But yeah, let's move on, y'all. Enough about me. This ain't about me. Who said 2 raw chickens? Girl, what? Chicken cutlets in the freezer? Girl, that's what they say. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video. Girl, I used to, my little nasty tail self, girl, I sure did used to wait till after 12. Yes, I did. And turn the volume all the way down and get close to the TV. And I used to be like this. I hope my mama not on here, but look, I used to be like this. And mind you, my daddy had got a satellite, so we had all the channels. What's up? I'm talking about the big old satellite. So we had all the channels. So yeah, I sure was like this. But I have to keep looking. I did. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just being real. I'm just keeping it real. I did. Shit. Look, you gotta listen and then look. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta hear what they're doing and hear the music. And it used to be that weird music, but then you gotta look to see the action. You know what I mean? Girl, it was lame. Now that I know what I know today, it was so lame. But anyways. Let's move on. That's how they looked at it, that freezer girl. Now, I want to move to the news broadcast people, girl. The news broadcast people. Girl, so they are firing all of the people off the news broadcast, girl, to replace them with one general news channel that's gonna go out to everybody or something like that. That's what they say, at least. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Let's do a Messy Maya break. Let's do a Messy Maya commercial break. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to get the likes up, but we're gonna do a Messy Maya commercial break. Get the likes up. I put some more videos up on Messy Maya. I gotta put them all together in a compilation, though. But let's just roll them out how we got them. Look, check them out.
Sawyer, me and you never had a chance to really sit down and talk. But since we having this conversation, I wanted to let you know your booty look like a stepped on honey bun. A smashed honey bun. Messy Maya, out of here. Let's go. Oh yes, follow me, Canberra. Y'all got your pieces? What's going on? All right, come through. What's going on, Nini? That short bob on her head. She look like a mom with that short bob. Oh yes, and when we booked the. All right, y'all make sure y'all go look at the videos. Messy Maya, you ugly bitch. Oh yes. What's going on, J Beauty? What is it? At the New Orleans, because bitch, see, everybody have their own side of the bed, and bitch, y'all ain't get my side. That's what I'm saying. Y'all ain't get. What's up? You heard me. This Messy Maya. Once again, bitch, new video. Bitch, I can't stop making them, bitch. This for the fans, bitch. The host requested me to make them, so bitch, I'm back by popular demand. Built your bad built, huh? Bitch, if you built like a beanbag, you built like a beanbag. Bitch, if you built like a Chrysler, then bitch, you built like a Chrysler. Girl, that girl was pretty, huh?
She was pretty.
She was big, huh?
She was.
Girl, that girl was pretty, huh?
She was pretty.
She was big, huh?
She was.
Follow me, camera. But anyway, this video was for you dog ass, bald head, rainbow shopping hoes, no tire, AutoZone smelling assholes, Sherman Williams paint smelling assholes, direct no insurance built ass bitches, stop sign booty having bitches, one way sign built bitches, chicken in a box looking hoes. Oh yes, right way soul food built bitch. Oh yes, graveyard to my right built bitch. Oh yes, bitch, you Popeyes on Paris Avenue built bitch. Oh yes.
Rest in peace, cool, bro. Rest in peace to cool. Messy Maya. Messy Maya, rest in peace. Man, that dude, man. I really wish he would have still been here. I wish that dude would have still been here. People, the biggest misconception is that boy was gay. That boy had an old lady and a baby. As a matter of fact, he got killed at his baby shower. Crazy work. New Orleans ain't, girl. New Orleans is a mess. But yeah, he got killed at his baby shower. Somebody shot him, girl. That was so bad. I remember that like it was yesterday. New Orleans is bad. It's just horrible. Let's move on to the news broadcast people, girl. So the news, moving on. Y'all, I hope y'all got the likes up when we was on our commercial break. But the news broadcast people, the Weather Channel people. So tell me why they are firing all of the weather, a lot of nationwide. Now it ain't all everybody right now, but what's gonna happen is moving forward, they are going to fire the actual people in each local news station, and they're replacing them, from what I understand, we're going to get into the article, with one big news media or weather media that's going to shoot out everybody's weather to them, like on some AI stuff. Yeah, the meteorologist. Okay, let's get into these people giving their final farewell, and they're going to give you a little bit more tea, then we're going to read the article. Check it out. Get the lights up.
Here at News 10, Kevin and I have come into your homes for decades, nearly 37 years for me.
And more than 40 years for me. We're both tremendously grateful. You've made us a part of your family for so long, and you in turn are actually part of our family.
Absolutely. For those of you who don't know, both of our positions are being eliminated here at WTHI TV. The television news business in general is changing nationwide, and budget cuts are happening everywhere.
Again, thank you to our coworkers and to you, the viewers. God bless every one of you.
All right, here we go. So, hey, we made it this far.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
For the final time, good night and sleep well.
Them poor people. Lorraine say fake news. No, it ain't, girl. No, it ain't.
It's our last broadcast here at News 10. Kevin and I have come into your...
Let me tell y'all something. This is not fake news. I'm about to go get the article. See, I think what a lot of people aren't understanding is that this was in the making for a long time. Somebody said one world order, whatever the case may be, one world government. Listen, first of all, I don't know if y'all know this. A lot of these regular newscasters have already been reading scripts when they give the news. But now what they're doing is, for purposes of replacing people with AI, what they're doing, in my opinion, is firing the people, and it is cheaper on the company because now they don't have to pay all these people. All they're doing is paying or using one thing to basically replace all the people that they had on the payroll, and they get to keep that money. Not only that, it's going to also affect the real truth about the weather. Now, some people might think that's not even that important, but that is extremely important, okay? Because what happens is, if everybody's getting their weather from one source, literally everybody, if everybody is getting their weather from one source, and this one source, this AI is supposed to know about the weather in Cleveland, in Chicago, in New Orleans, in Tampa, in Cali, or in New York, and all these different places, then what are the chances that that thing is giving you correct and accurate information? And what are the chances that they want that thing to give you correct and accurate information? It's bad enough from what they say. I didn't say it, but they say the moon is in the sun. They say that's already fake. So this, in my opinion, is extremely bad. In my opinion, this is extremely bad. So no more news, just weather. No. So what they're doing is the weather portion where they had the weatherman. We about to get into the article. They're getting away with that, and they're going to use one big conglomerate. I'm telling you, bro, this is not good. This is so not good. Let's get into the article. It says at least 50 local TV meteorologists across the country were just laid off. Here's why. The layoffs are happening at over 24 local television stations, as some meteorologists have more than 35 years of experience with the same channel. Key takeaways: over 50 local meteorologists who belong to local TV stations under Allen Media Group face layoffs. The other is the Allen Media Group, which also owns the Weather Channel, is creating a centralized hub for weather forecasting that will send a feed to local stations. And it says some laid off local meteorologists have worked at the stations for decades. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry. Local meteorologists who belong to 27 news stations under the Allen Media Group are now facing layoffs. Allen Media, which acquired the Weather Channel for $300 million in March of 2018, said in a press release that the company is rolling out a groundbreaking new format for local weather news that will produce at the Weather Channel's headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. The newly created hub will send a feed of weather forecasts and updates to local stations and be led by a 20-year veteran of the Weather Channel, meteorologist Carl Parker. A person familiar with the matter told CNN on Tuesday that the transition will result in at least 50 local meteorologists being laid off. Though some will be offered a spot on the Atlanta team working under Parker. It says other industry veterans, however, are being. Oh no, is that it? Okay, yeah. Local meteorologists affected by layoffs have been disclosing that they were let go on social media. Wow. News anchor Patrice Dayton and chief meteorologist Kevin RHOP, both with WTHI TV in Terre Haute, Indiana, gave their final broadcast together on Thursday. It says Dayton had been reporting with the station for 37 years and Orput has been for over 40 years. That's the thing we just saw. For those of you who don't know, both of our positions are being eliminated here at WTHI TV. Dayton said the television news business is in general, is changing nationwide and budget cuts are happening everywhere. Amber Kulick, a WAAY TV meteorologist based in Huntsville, Alabama, wrote in a Facebook post on Friday that she was affected by the layoffs. She says, by now, most of you probably seen the chatter about Allen Media Group letting local meteorologists go. Well, I am one that will be affected by this. That's what she wrote. Josh Franson, KWWL-TV meteorologist based in Eastern Iowa, took the X to post that he was affected by the layoffs too. It says, hey guys, if you haven't heard the recent news about the layoffs, I wanted to share that our station is one that is impacted, he wrote. Now, this is him. One of them is him. He says, I wanted to share that our station is one of those impacted. It was an honor to forecast the weather for Eastern Iowa. I am so grateful to KWWL for this opportunity. I don't know which one is him, but one of them is him. Oh, that's the whole Storm Tracker team, I guess. Wow. According to Pew Research from May 2024, about 90% of Americans who follow local news do so for information about the weather, the highest out of any other category of news. That's interesting. You know what that means? And I don't mean to stop, but I got to say this part. That tells me that most people aren't relying on the news people for news. They only really going out for the weather. And I think that what's happening is the Weather Channel, that the people that's owning and cutting off these people realized that it was like, bam, we need to jump on that. That's a monopoly. You get what I'm saying? Because nobody's going to watch what the people saying about the news no more. For the most part, they say 90% of the people are going just for the weather. So what the media company is seeing is, oh, bet. So since that's all they're going for, because that's their trusted source now, boom, all we got to do is monopolize off that, take the people out, put in our agenda and what we want them to see, and it's the same thing. Girl, we might have to start being weathermen on here on YouTube, girl, because this is a lot. It says the news initiatives will leverage the Weather Channel's advanced technology like innovative forecasting tools and immersive mixed reality to deliver weather news with advanced visual storytelling elements, according to press release. What the hell? We are 100% committed to delivering next level weather news to our local television stations 24/7, says Tom O'Brien, president of Weather Group, the Weather Channel, in a press release. Let me tell you something. Baby, ma'am, sir, just so y'all know, most people want to see the meteorologist. Like, I remember in New Orleans, his name was Bob Breck. I never forget old Bob. Clear man. That man was the meteorologist before I was born, damn near, girl. And I remember Bob Breck, he came on for Katrina, girl, and he straight up told us, he said, listen, before Katrina came, and we all rocked with Bob Breck. Yes, we did. Bob Breck came on that channel and said, listen, right before the storm, he said, I've been telling y'all to get out. He said, they're not issuing a mandatory evacuation. He straight up came on there in tears and said, if y'all stay here, y'all gonna die. Straight up. And when I tell you, that man was so loved and trusted in the city that when he said that, people actually was like, all right, I'm gonna leave. You see what I'm saying? I never forget it. When that man came on that thing crying, and he was like, he said, listen, y'all don't understand what's about to happen. He was like, if you stay here, you're gonna die. People started like, oh, let me get my shit and try to get out of here. People trust the meteorologist because typically your meteorologist been with you for scolds and blues. Typically in most cities, you've been watching the same meteorologist from a little bitty child all the way up. You know what I'm saying? Hell, as a matter of fact, when he retired, the city was like really messed up behind it. The city was messed up behind it. I'm saying all that to say, people watch the meteorologist or watch the weather because they also trust their meteorologist. That's why most people don't go to the Weather Channel. Only time most people go to the Weather Channel is when it's something affecting large areas. Like, for instance, hurricanes. Yes, people gonna go look at the hurricane tracker because it's on the Weather Channel and they want to see what's happening in multiple cities. But when you have local meteorologists reporting for your weather, people trust them people. Like, that's part of the reason why they're going to watch the weather on that local channel, because if they feel like they know these people because they've been seeing these people all their life. And I get it. The company is feeling like, bet we can fire them, keep that money in our pocket, and then put out what we want to put out. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of people, it's going to turn some people off because people are used to seeing that trusted meteorologist. And I don't think they understand that. I don't think they understand that. And also, if I was a meteorologist, I ain't going to lie. If I was a meteorologist, all the meteorologists that's getting fired and worry about your job, girl, start you a channel on YouTube. Open you a TikTok and do your job. We not going to the news for nothing anyway. You don't think if your local weatherman who has been at the channel, at the station for 35 years, you don't think if he go get him a YouTube channel and a TikTok that them people not going to go follow him versus the AI? Stop the cap. Baby, to the local people down at the news, you may not have all the tools that the news gave you, but that's all right. You know how to do your job. You went to school for it. Baby, go and start you an independent weather channel. And let me also say this. This is bad for us. This is bad for us. Okay? This is a part of that one world government thing that they're trying to do, where everything is centralized into one source. Remember, they've been trying to replace people with AI for scolds and blows. And we all know Elon Musk, who I believe is a clone or some type of alien in a skin suit or something. We all know he is pro AI. Okay. It wouldn't surprise me if this is the first huge wave of ushering in that one world government, one world order type tease. You know what I mean? Because if we only getting one source for everything that we need here, there, is giving, yay, what's going on? It's giving one world government to me. Now, what they like to do is slow roll this stuff. What I mean by slow roll is what they like to do is go slow with how they progress with this stuff. That's why they say, oh, only 50 stations, but it's a nationwide situation. They starting off with 50. Then next thing you know, you're going to look up and everybody watching the same weather. Make that make sense. There was a reason why there were certain weather channels in different areas, because the weather here may not be the same as the weather 100 miles from here. Baby, this is not good to America. This is not good for America. And I feel bad for them people who've been working for, but weren't we just talking about that? Were we not still talking about how you could give your all to a job and them people tell you they give you their ass to kiss? Were we not just talking about that? 37 years and 40 years, and them people like, bye. Child. 37 and 40 years, and them people say, see you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Sure did. That's crazy. That is insanitary to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know for you, but it's insanitary to me. Thank you, Sean, for the super chat. Voodoo, if you have Alexa, ask Alexa about the accomplishments of former presidents and ask about 47. Watch what it says. Girl, I unplugged that hole a long time ago. Girl, one time I was on live. Listen, first of all, I don't like her listening to me anyways. And I had first turned her off, but she still was listening. And I know I unplugged and the whole probably still listening. But girl, listen, somebody bought that for me for Christmas years ago. Girl, I was on live when I like long time ago, girl. And I was saying something and I mentioned that whole, and that whole got to talking and putting my business in the street. I said, oh no, you got to come off. Did unplug her. So I can't ask her nothing. But I could go on TikTok and see them asking. I'm not asking. Girl, I do not want her opinion. I'm not going to say that other lady name because my iPad might say something. I'm not going to say the other lady name. I don't want her opinion. Girl, I'm going to go on TikTok and let them people ask their people. I'm not in my iPad right here. I do not want this lady to go to spitting off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say her name. She's giving Candyman tease right now. You know, somebody show me how to turn her off. Please and thank you. But ultimately, yeah, I'm scared of them people. But I get what you're saying. I'm going to go on TikTok and see what they said. Yes, she who shall not be mentioned. She who shall not be mentioned. Yes, that's her right there. Because I don't have no iPhone and I don't know how to turn her off. So I'm not going to say that lady name. Not doing it. I don't even bring that up. That lady right there, until I figure out how to get her up off of here, I don't bring her up. I don't bring her. I don't say that lady name. It's like going in the mirror saying Candyman 3 times. Not doing it. I'm actually scared of her. To be completely honest, I'm really scared. I'm scared of both of her, Alexa and her, but I'm really scared of her. Callie Nola said Alexa just told her she ain't got no answer for that. They must have changed it. It probably went viral on TikTok or Twitter or something. They probably did change it. Just me say y'all asking the federales for advice is wild. That part, girl. What is that? Gemini. You know what? I think I know what that is. Gemini. Oh, I ain't got it on here, but I think I seen something on here. Something. Girl, I'm scared of them people. It was cute when I first got Alexa. You know what I'm saying? It was cute when I first got her. It was cute because I could be like, "Oh, girl, can you do this?" Oh, you know, girl, how old was the oldest tree? And she'd be like, "Oh, it's the." It was cute at first. It was. Then I'm just sitting here minding my business on the phone, doing what I want to do, talking, you know, minding my business. I'm not even talking to her. And she started butting in and saying what she got to say. And I said, oh no. At first it was cool, but one day I was on here on live, girl, and she started mouthing. I said, let me get her up off of here. Took her clean off the wall. Yes, I did. Took her clean off the wall. Because, baby, first of all, I'm not talking to you. When I be asking you stuff, sometimes you be acting like you don't know. So let's start there first. But when I am talking to you, that's when I need you to say something. And a lot of times you don't be wanting to say what I be wanting you to say. But then when I'm over here talking to somebody else, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll all of a sudden here you come. No, I had to get up out of here. I took her clean up off of here. Yeah, that was too much for me. She was too nosy. She's too nosy. I don't like that. Stay out my mouth. How them old people say, stay out my mouth. Get out my mouth. Please get out my mouth. Because I'm not talking to you. Like, no. I don't play with them people. Girl. I don't. Stay out my mouth. For real. Let's move on. Now, next you'll be trying to take your man, girl. And the way that the people is around here playing with AI, it wouldn't be surprised me if he go with her. Disha said, remember when the what? What she said? Remember that movie? They told her to call the police, and she kept playing NWA the police. Oh, girl, I would have stomped Alexa out. Do you hear me? Yes, ma'am. I would have stomped her out, girl. Let's move on to Trump and his MRNA and Larry Ellis. Let me tell you something. I am not pro left or right. I think that both of them are trash. I went harder on the left this time because they were attacking our babies. Most people will say that. Some people, who go left, they were like, but there it is. All you care about is the people on the right. You're a Trump supporter. No, I'm not. I don't vote. So I can't be a supporter if I don't vote. Thank you, KB, for the super chat. I rely on Ryan, y'all. And their storm chase is very accurate. He's on YouTube. It all comes from NOAA or anywhere or Europe. They warn people about tornadoes and everything before the news. They cover the country. Oh, I never heard of them. I never heard of them. That's crazy. Richie China, thank you for the super chat. This is horrible. We need to fight this. Our meteorologist in Oklahoma, he is loved and he still comes every time it's tornado season and he's right there. This is crazy. That's what I'm saying. They're about to get rid of y'all faves. They're about to get rid of y'all faves. Thank you, Raquel, for the super chat. They're about to get rid of y'all people, girl. They're about to get rid of y'all people. So this is the thing. I'm not left or right. I don't like none of them, y'all. And I felt like I needed to campaign against the left because they were attacking our babies. If people can't understand that, it ain't for you to understand. But they were attacking our babies. So I don't regret that. But ultimately, I also told y'all, do not run to the right. I said, and Trump is not y'all savior. I know what I said. I was there when I said it. I say all them people who feel like they're running off the Democratic plantation in droves to the Republican transplant plantation. I feel like y'all just as slow because you go from one master to the next. None of them have black people's best interest at heart. I've been saying that. I thought it was weird. But ultimately, Trump, I don't trust nobody that's clear. Let's start there first. But I definitely don't trust people in positions of power, and I damn sure don't trust no Elon Musk. Something about this character, I'm telling you, it gives me vibes of The Simpsons when them aliens was putting on them doggone human suits. Remember they looked at all big and ugly and they was under the glass and they had the octopus arms, but then they put on the human suit and they go down to the earth. That's what Elon give me. I don't know where he come from. Somebody still ain't, I don't know who grew up with him, who went to school with him, who be like, oh yeah, I've been knowing Elon and his family. I ain't never heard it yet. If maybe y'all seen it, send it over to me. But this man popped up out of nowhere and he a billionaire. And I'm over here saying, how, Sway? How? Okay. Nevertheless, I don't trust him. You never trust nobody with that type of money, black or clear, but especially the clear one. That's too much money and too much power for one person to have. Never trust that type of person, okay? Now, why is this important? mRNA, messenger RNA, we talked about it before on this channel, is a fake DNA that goes into your body with messengers and it tells your body what to do. So it says, this is according to them. And I'm just giving y'all the layman terms of mRNA. So what it is a messenger RNA, right? And what it does is it goes in your body and say, hey, fight that off. Hey, don't fight that off. That's good. Hey, do this. Hey, do that. And all of the years of humanity, we ain't never need no messenger RNA. We just never have. It doesn't make any sense. Now, Trump put RFK, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., on his team because he was always anti-vax. He's always been anti-vax. We've seen a large rise in autism due to a lot of these waxes. Oh, by the way, they're combining them as well now. So you think you think because it's one shot is just one thing? It's 2-3 things in one shot. Do your research, okay? But anyways, RFK has always been anti-wax, and he was the one who was coming on board as the health person to make sure that we're not getting too many waxes. This is what they said when they were running, okay? Which I was like, that's good because y'all wondering why ADD, ADHD, autism, and all that stuff is on the rise because they pumping y'all up with a lot of this poison, okay? So why is this important? Elon, crazy looking ass, he comes on here and what they like to do is they change their mind a lot. They go from one day saying, I don't like this to, yeah, I like this. But they do that on purpose to get you on board. Okay. Let's get into Trump. Earn jazz. Get the likes up on the video. Look what Trump had said back in the day. Let me let y'all see. Meek says, because I want to address this. We all been waxed since birth and we all right. That's not the same waxes they giving. And then are we all right? Think about it like this. Y'all think about it like this. Look, think about it like this. Yes, all of us from young got a lot of shots. We did. You know what I'm saying? Most of our parents didn't know no better and thought that they was doing what they were supposed to do for the health of us. But are we really all right? Because why is it that we got more shots than a lot of the other people and we have the higher rate of cancer? Think about it. We get cancer, cysts, all type of stuff at a higher rate than any other demographic of people. We just do. So just because they got clear people who getting shots, don't mean they getting the same shots that we getting, right? Because you got to understand, they understand per demographic what to give out. And when you really think about the health of Black women in particular, are we okay? I'm just saying, we got to start looking at those things because I only brought it up, Meek, because some other people are saying that too. Like, oh, well, it don't make sense because we all got shots. First of all, our parents didn't know no better. We the first group of we the first generation that's starting to pay attention to this type of stuff. Our parents didn't know that we didn't need all them damn shots. You know what I mean? But ultimately, they did what they thought was best. And yes, you can say we're okay, but I do know, when I look around, I see that cancer is much more higher in us than anybody else. Now, is it related? I don't know. But I know there's a coincidence there. And y'all know how I feel about the coincidence people. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say about it. But, oh, and that's another point. Thank you for saying that. And we didn't get as many as the ones they're giving to you now. That's another point. Thank you for saying that. Listen, now they are combining vaccines. Do y'all know that? So one vaccine has 2 and 3 others in it. And think about it. Your baby getting 3, 4, 5 shots out the womb 2 weeks later. Then another, at every checkup, they're giving your child more and more. And if they are combining this stuff into one, how many is your baby really getting? So if they giving your baby a total of 12 shots by the time they're 6 months, girl, they really is giving them like 35 or 45 vaccines. You get it? So I don't know. You see what I'm saying? And most people don't do the research to know that. And this is a fact. They combining that shit up in one. Y'all do y'all research. And I didn't know until the panorama that there's a whole group of people that did not get no waxes and don't wax their kids. And them people is healthy. As a matter of fact, it came out that the studies have shown that people who never got a wax are healthier than most people. Yeesh. You know what I mean? Be careful. Be real careful. Be real careful. So anyway, look. So this was Trump back in the gap. He says he says healthy young child goes to a doctor, gets pumped with a massive shot and many vaccines, doesn't feel good and changes. It says autism, much such cases. He said, I am being proven right about massive vaccinations. The doctors lied, save our children and our future. This was Trump in 2012, right? This was him in 2012. He was over there saying, listen, there's a rise in autism because of the wax. Mind you, these people know what's going on. These people know exactly what's going on. Okay? So, with that being said, that's what they say to get people to think that they're one way, but the bait and switch always comes in. Keep this in mind. Hold on. So now, fast forward. Here is a guy, Larry Ellis, and he's trying to sell the idea of the messenger RNA. Remember, I told y'all mRNA, that's a messenger RNA, like DNA. There's a DNA strand and there's an RNA strand. They have created in a lab a mRNA, messenger RNA, that's supposed to go in your body and tell your body what to fight off, what not to fight off, what's good, what's bad. You already have RNA to do that. Why do they need to make a fake one to put in your body? But guess what? All of these mRNAs are in the vaccines that they're pumping up in your babies. You get it? Now listen, this is some real tea we spilling right here. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Let's get into what Larry Ellis is saying, trying to sell us the idea of mRNA. Check it out.
Once we gene sequence that cancer tumor, you can then vaccinate the person design a vaccine for every individual person to vaccinate them against that cancer. And you can make that vaccine, that mRNA vaccine, you can make that robotically, again, using AI in about 48 hours. So imagine early cancer detection, the development of a cancer vaccine for your particular cancer aimed at you, and have that vaccine available in 48 hours. This is the promise of AI and the promise of the future. Once we gene sequence.
So this is what he's saying. They have a vaccine. This is what he's saying. Now, mind you, listen, look at what they do. Look at how they play with us. Listen. The majority of America either know somebody or themselves has suffered from cancer. Think about it. Put a one in the chat, or if you or somebody you know has had any occurrence, good or bad, not good or bad, but successful or unsuccessful with cancer. Put a one in the chat. I'm about to show y'all something. Because almost all of us, if we haven't gone through it, knock on wood, thank the Lord, we know somebody who has. I need y'all to tell me if I'm off here. Most, if not damn near all Americans know somebody who has had any type of brush with cancer. Right? So boom. Peep this. So with that being said, this is how these people think. They think about the monopoly. What is the biggest industry? What is the thing that everybody have in common so that we can exploit that, if that makes sense, right? So this is what they're doing. Now, he's saying they're introducing a wax that's going to have the mRNA in it. That's going to, when you go down there and they diagnose you or somebody you know with cancer, they're going to give you this wax, and this wax is supposed to go in and kill that cancer. Let me say it one more time. They are creating a wax that's supposed to go in once you get diagnosed and kill your cancer with that new mRNA wax that they got. And girl,
it's survival. I get somebody live. Smells like somebody live.
he ain't even from Acorn.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Listen, people. Listen. You know what it reminds me of? Y'all know how they be saying, come get this wax that they want to give our preteen girls, 12 and 13, and it's supposed to prevent cancer from later on. Or I can give you one better. Remember when HIV hit in the 80s and the 90s and they came up with this pill, Fauci came up with this pill, and that pill was supposed to prevent people from getting it. And the whole time it turned around, those people were getting it worse, and it was at a larger stage or a more advanced stage, and they were dying earlier. I'll move you up further. Y'all remember a couple of years ago, they came out with, what do they call it? PrEP. Y'all remember the PrEP thing? Remember they came out and said, hey guys, if you are in contact, or maybe you think you are in contact with anybody with HIV, take this PrEP. And this PrEP is going to help prevent you from getting HIV. How many of y'all knew, put a 3 in the chat, that most of those people that got on PrEP got HIV at a higher rate and a more deadly? Put a 3 in the chat if you knew that. Put a 4 in the chat if this is your first time hearing that. Y'all remember the PrEP commercials when they had the TS on there dancing with the gay boy and they have the gay people on there? Put a 3 in the chat if you knew that. Put a 4 in the chat if this is the first time you heard that. Because see, they bury that. All them people they went and told to get on PrEP, and they say this gonna stop you or prevent you from getting the H to the I to the V. Them people turned around and got it faster and at a worse case. Why is this important? Because there's only so much I could say before it gets crazy. If they've always put out something to help prevent something in the past and it has never worked, what makes you think that this right here is going to work? As a matter of fact, let's flip the thought process on this. Let's take the trust away from our government that we have. Let's flip it like this. Is it possible, and I just need anybody to say this, is it possible that these people are posing and offering this stuff to you like this so that you run and take it because you already have a pre-trust for them, and the whole time they're giving it to you worse? Like they're making it one thing, like making it a good thing, even though they know behind the scenes it's a bad thing? Does that make sense? Because that's what I'm believing at this point. That's what I'm starting to believe. They know good and well this stuff ain't for you. They know that, but they can't say that, and they want you to take it. So this is what I believe. Conspiracy theorists, don't listen to me. But I believe that they know that this is a bad thing, but they need you to take it. And the only way for you to willingly take it is if they lie to you about its purpose, and then you go down there and be a guinea pig because you and a lot of people you know have suffered from cancer. So you go down there, you take this medication or you take this wax, thinking that it's going to help you, and then people start to realize, oh snap, it's actually making it worse. And this is how much control the media has over us as a people. There are going to be people who are outliers that this thing actually, in their mind, helps. They're going to be outliers, though. They're not going to be the majority. Listen, there are going to be people who are going to have, they're going to have outliers. These are going to be onesie, twosie people who it worked for. Because the facts of the matter is nothing is 100%. And those few people are going to create the narrative that the people who are complaining about it are conspiracy theorists, are spreading misinformation. And they're going to be like, that's not true because look, it worked for me, or it worked for my aunt, or it worked for da-da-da-da-da. And that is going to start circulating in the social media. And even the people who realize it didn't work for them are going to take on that narrative and jump on that bandwagon and protect the very thing that's killing them. Woo. The only reason I'm saying that is because I've seen it happen so many times. Even with the panorama. They got people that's windmilling with their head down behind that shot. And I'm watching people drop dead, blood clots, what do you call it? A1C jacked up. I'm watching people up behind that shit. And they got people that will windmill with their head down behind that wax. Crazy work. Very crazy. Very crazy work. Whoo! Yep, turbo cancer, heart issues. Oh, and by the way, I hope y'all know infertile. That's another one. Oh, and they got what did they call it? VHIV. Yeah, y'all heard about that? Ain't it called VHIV? It's the vaccine HIV that you can get an HIV, but it's like not like the STD one. It's the one that basically you get from one of the waxes. Yeah, and it slow down your metabolism. It slow down your it kills your white blood cells the same way the STD do, and then you end up getting full-blown AIDS. Did y'all know that? Oh, girl. Don't listen to me. Look it up. Don't listen to me. Go look it up. It's a thing. Yes, the same way that, because listen, all HIV is low T cells. The low T cell count. That's all it is. The way you get it through an STI. They have something coming from those waxes that's doing the same thing. And it's called VADES. That's what it's called. VADES. And you up out of here. That's what it's called. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you so much. We talked about that before over here. Yeah, if you're new to the party, welcome to the party. You're late. But nevertheless, let's get into Trump. Let's get into Trump. Oh, yeah, it's getting better. It's getting better. So let's get into Trump. They asked him, hold on, let me pause it. So apparently they asked him about this whole situation at one of his press conferences, because I told y'all, be careful, because with good comes bad. The things that we love about, or we love that he's doing, you got to know they're about to slip in the okie doke. So look, it says, I don't like this. Trump was asked, what kind of health benefits can we expect from AI? Larry Ellison suggests mRNA vaccines can be developed for every individual person to cure things like cancer. They lying. They don't want to cure that. That's the biggest money they make. It says, I'm not naive. mRNA technology is amazing, and if properly used, can do amazing things. I don't believe that, but I'm sorry. We just went through a pandemic where they use mRNA vaccines to literally disarm immune systems. Lives were lost because of the vaccines. It says now cancer rates has skyrocketed. I know plenty of people whose lives are ruined because they trusted the science. It says, and nobody, and I mean nobody, went to jail for their crimes to this day. We cannot simply move on. People need to go to jail for what they did. So I'm sorry. Shove AI and the vaccines. They will create up your ass. Mind you, remember I told y'all this. Fauci just got pardoned by Joe Biden 2 days ago. Not for what he did, for future crimes. Oh, and by the way, Fauci was on the team with the HIV stuff. And it might be a coincidence. Who knows? It might just be a coincidence, though. Don't worry about it. You know, I'm a conspiracy theorist. You know what I'm saying? Yep, for future stuff. Yep. Oh, yeah. You know the Bible? Remember they were trying to build that tower up to heaven? In the Bible, they tried to build that tower to get up to heaven. And remember, the Most High struck the tower. And then, if I could remember the story right, somebody who a Bible thumper could correct me. But if I remember the story right, the Most High struck the tower. And not only that, put the people in confusion. Meaning, according to the book, they gave them all different languages so that they won't be able to communicate with each other to rebuild another tower because they were getting too close to trying to play God. Remember that? Y'all remember that? Am I saying the story right? I ain't heard it since I was a little girl in Sunday school. Tower of Babel. That's what it was. I ain't heard it since I was a little girl in summer school. In Sunday school, I'm sorry. I think we're on the brink of that. These people trying to play God. You can't do that. You can't do that. It's God done tore down this world a lot of times. Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying? Remember the pillar of salt? God had Noah's Ark. God has torn down this earth many times before because of the stuff that we doing. Anybody who trusts in this so-called science of this mRNA and AI this and AI that, baby, God has taken this world out for less. I know for me, I'm running as far away from this stuff as possible. I don't want to hear nothing about no AI this. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Some people trust in it. Fine. Y'all go be the guinea pig. I know for me, I ain't rolling. I ain't rocking with that. I ain't rocking with that. Okay? Yeah, snow in New Orleans from the Gulf of Mexico. Girl, let's move on. Thank you, Shorty Doo-Wop, for the super chat. She says, all those people who had a cure for cancer came up missing or died. But now they have a cure for it. This is a sick lot. Girl, you gonna make me. I'm gonna stop you when you start lying. Go ahead on. Keep going. What did they do to Dr. Sebi when he was over there curing HIV and cancer? What they did to Dr. Sebi? Remember, wasn't he over there curing HIV and cancer? And then, listen, and then got up on the stand when they tried to say that he was playing doctor. He said, no, I'm not. And they said, well, how did you cure? He brought the people in who was diagnosed by doctors, real doctors. He treated those people. Those people went back to those regular doctors, and the doctors found no trace of the cancer or the HIV. They asked Dr. Fauci, well, how did you do that? What did you do? It must be some witchcraft. He said, no, it's all about controlling.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Hold
One of
on.
the most exciting things we're
Count me
working on,
asking. Hold on.
again, using the
Pause.
tools that Sam and
Hold
Masa are
on.
providing.
Look what he said. Look what he said. He said it's not about all the technology. It's just about controlling the mucus. That's all it's about. And if you control the mucoid level, you eliminate this, that, and the third. They got him up out of here. They got him. He found a natural way to do it. And they got Dr. CB up out of here. Now they got a AI that they want to give you, girl. Them people, big pharma makes too much money off of cancer. You really think they want to cure you? Do you really think? You know how much money, billions, probably trillions of dollars they make? Why would they want to cure you? Girl, you hit the nail on the head with that one. Let's get into Trump. Because we're here now. Let's get into Trump. Y'all get the likes up on the video real quick. Get the likes up on the video. Let me back him up.
Thank you, Mr. President. One of the most exciting things we're working on, using the tools that Sam and Masa are providing, is a cancer vaccine. It's very interesting. It turns out, I'll be quick, all of our cancers, cancer tumors, little fragments of those tumors float around in your blood. So you can do early cancer detection. If you can do using AI, you can do early cancer detection with a blood test. And using AI to look at the blood test, you can find the cancers that are actually seriously threatening the person. So we can, again, cancer diagnosis using AI has the promise of just being a simple blood test. Then beyond that, once we gene sequence that cancer tumor, you can then vaccinate the person, design a vaccine for every individual person to vaccinate them against that cancer. And you can make that vaccine, that mRNA vaccine, you can make that robotically, again, using AI in about 48 hours. So imagine early cancer detection, the development of a cancer vaccine for your particular cancer aimed at you, and have that vaccine available in 48 hours. This is the promise of AI and the promise of the future.
Y'all be careful out there. Y'all be careful. Be careful. Be careful. They say Elon is related. Duh. He's the AI king. Larry Ellison predicts the rise of modern surveillance state where citizens will be on their best behavior. That's who we talking about. That's who we dealing with. Look at this doctor. Hold on. I forgot why I shared this, but I'm pretty sure it was something I wanted to share with y'all. So check it out. Look at this doctor.
Hello, Ben Marvel MD here. This message is for President Donald Trump. Well, apparently you're surrounded by the woke mind virus, mad scientists who follow fake science that claims men can get pregnant, people can change their sex, and poison's a safe and effective vaccine. Well, it's not true. Operation Warp Speed delivered the worst poisoning in the history of the world. Approximately 6 billion people poisoned by the COVID-19 fake vaccine poisons. Millions have died, and these shots still have not been banned. Then today I hear you and Larry Ellison going full retard trying to push cancer vaccines. They're all going to be poison. The mRNA platform is poison. It will never be safe. They're lying to you, sir. You need to listen to the right docs of history who've actually gotten things right the past few years, like myself. These shots are just straight up poison. We need to stop the shots. We need to ban the poisons. And we need to arrest the poison pushers. And if you're going to be a poison pusher, then you need to be arrested too. So you have a choice. You can help us stop the shots, or you can go to hell.
This is another thing I want to tell you guys. Please, especially people who got babies and kids or trying to have babies or going to have kids or whatever the case may be, please do me a favor. I swear to God, it ain't gonna take no hard work. Because see, what they'll do is take that wax and combine it with something else and don't put it on the label. Because that's what they do. They'll take that, the one for cancer, and combine it in one that you already getting, and you won't know it. Now, they put it in there in the fine print, but most people don't read the fine print, okay? So this is all I'm asking for y'all. If you are pro wax and you want to go and do that, that's fine. It's a quick Google. Say what is in and put the wax up there. And it'll what ingredients are in and put that wax up there. And I promise you on my mama, it's going to come up with everything in there. Read those ingredients. It don't matter any wax, any wax. Read those ingredients. And even if the ingredients are these crazy long names, open another window on your computer or your phone, copy, paste that thing into the Google, and it'll tell you exactly what it is. It don't take long, I swear. You can find this stuff out in like 5 minutes. Because they combining that shit. Keep your head on the swivel. Let's move on. Keep your head on the swivel. Let's move on. Lorraine said you might be taking heroin. They already gave that to your kids when they gave them the ADHD medicine. Your kids been on heroin when they gave you the ADHD medicine. Oh, you ain't know? Uh-huh. That's why they walking around like this? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Too late. Too late. Too late. They already did that. We passed that. Too late. Mm-hmm. Let's move on to our final story. Let's move on. Keep y'all, be careful out there. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. That's all I'm going to say. Be careful. Let's move on to the final story we got today. Sexy Red decided to be a nasty, dirty, funky foot dog and repost the AI between her and Mike, aka Martin Luther King. Okay? All right. So the people went crazy. Oh my God, I can't believe you did this. Let me get the picture on here so I can show y'all. So the people got to going crazy, girl, losing their minds. They couldn't believe Sexy Red would disrespect the Mike, aka Martin Luther King. Okay, that's what they said. I didn't say it. Okay, so the people got to losing their minds, right? And you know, I ain't gonna lie, Sexy Red ain't worth a dime. Let's start that first. She really not. She's a horrible person, in my opinion. Only because I know that she understands that the stuff that she's pushing is extremely harmful and neglectful to our people, but she don't care because it's making her money. That alone, for me, makes Sexy Red the most disgusting person I've ever seen. And I don't care what nobody says. Not just her, Glorilla, and all the rest of them. They all are disgusting, horrible human beings, and I feel like that alone makes them the most disgusting people I have ever seen, okay? Period, perm blank, okay? Now, let's get it up here. There was an AI somebody made. Remember, they always had Mike with some goals in his mouth, slugged up. You know what I'm saying? They always do this with MLK. But somebody had posted this. Let me show the story so y'all can see. Let me show the story. Somebody had posted this, right? And Bernice, the daughter of Mike, went crazy. And you know, as she should. Because if you disrespecting my daddy, I'm going to go crazy too. So I ain't even mad at Bernice for going crazy. I'm really not, because that's that girl daddy. You know what I'm saying? Good, bad, indifferent. Respect my parents. You feel what I'm saying? And that's anybody with their mom and their daddy. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what we do, how our relationship is or whatever it is. You're not about to play with my mom or my daddy. I don't care what's going on. There's never a time where anybody about to play with my mama or play with my daddy. Okay? So I understand Bernice's sentiments and coming to her daddy's defense. And Bernice was like, this is disgusting. So somebody had this AI photo and Sexy Red reposted it. Now remember, we are in a culture of funky dog hoes that's raising and rearing a lot of young girls to not have no respect for nothing. So with that being said, instead of seeing something and having some sort of decency and order and actually being protective of certain things in our culture that we should be, even though I don't think Mike is one of those things, but that's me personally. But I'm just saying the thought of or the idea of having some or holding something precious and up to here, that no longer exists in our community. It just doesn't exist. There's nothing in our community that we hold sincere and dear. Not anymore. Any and everything is up for grabs. I don't care what it is. We just do fake outrage for the most part, but any and everything is up for grabs in the Black American community. That's just that on that. Okay? So it was right on brand for Sexy Red to turn around and repost Mike and her looking like they about to get it on. Now, I think it's disgusting and I think it's horrible. But are we going to act like Mike really wasn't out here with these hoes? Outside of Bernice. Now, again, it's wrong. What she did is wrong. But let's talk turkey. Can we be honest? Can we talk? Like, we talking or what we doing? Like, what we doing? And again, this is not to excuse her behavior, but can we talk? Can we be honest and have a honest conversation really quickly? Again, this is opposite of her being disgusting. This is opposite of her being disgusting. Mike was a hoe. Everybody knows it. You know it too. See, and again, I'm not talking about the pic because that was just horrible. But I'm talking about in real life. See, I think the problem is we hold the wrong people up to the standard. In my opinion. I feel like the people we should hold up here, we either don't hold them up here or we just let them fall by the wayside. I'm gonna hold that conversation. Let's get on Sexy Red nasty ass. So anyway, the picture goes around, and Bernice responded and says, "This is intentional. This is intentionally distasteful, dishonoring, deplorable, and disrespectful to my family and my father, who is not here to respond himself because he was assassinated for working for your civil rights and human rights and to end war and poverty. Please delete." Bernice had every right to come out here and say, "You funky hoe. Take my daddy off your page, bitch." That's what Bernice wanted to say. That's what she said so much, eloquently. I'm going to say how Bernice should have said it. "You funky, nasty bitch. Take my daddy off your motherfucking page, ho." You know what I'm saying? That's what she should have said. And she can't come out and say that like that because y'all going to get the, "Oh my God, you're a woman of God. You can't talk like that. Oh, Bernice, you're so horrible." So she got to put it eloquent. So I'm going to say it like for the lady. "You funky, ugly, dirty dog bitch. Take my motherfucking daddy off your page, ho." That's what she wanted to say. "Stop playing with my motherfucking daddy, ho. He done died for you, bitch, and this what you playing? This what you doing?" You feel me? That's what Bernice want to say. So I'm going to say it for Bernice. Okay, shout out to Bernie. All right, Bernie. All right. So Bernie had every right to come out and say what she said. Because I would have did the same thing for my daddy. I don't care if he was a Rolling Stone. You not going to play with him. I don't care what he did. You still not gonna play with my daddy. So Bernice was absolutely right. You see what I'm saying? So shout out to Bernie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bernie. Now, I'm glad that she was scolded publicly because we need to bring back shame. We absolutely need to bring back shame. Like, without a doubt. If we don't bring back shame, we are going up a road that we ain't gonna be able to come back down off of. Okay? So, reposting this was extremely distasteful and disrespectful. Now, after she did that, somebody posted this too. Look. Girl. Let me tell you something. Now, y'all be put a one in the chat if you seen them Martin Luther King flyers for the club and they got him with do-rags and golds in his mouth. Let me see if I can go find it. And this is not funny, y'all. This is not funny. But I remember looking at him and having a little key. I did. Yes, I did. Let me see if I could go find them. Girl, people, every time they have a club scene on Martin Luther King Day, them people was going around there putting Martin Luther King on flyers with do-rags and goes in his mouth, girl, or fitted caps and stuff like that with blunts. And I say, oh, you know what I'm saying? But see, we thought that was funny because I did. I ain't gonna lie. Let me see if I can go find it. Hold on. Ow! Let me see if I can go find MLK Club flyer. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Girl, y'all was wrong for that. Y'all was wrong for that. And you know, the fact that people was doing that makes me look up. I know I ain't tripping. Look how they got Mike. Look how they got Mike. Stop playing. And they do this every year. Do you hear me? Every year, this what them people be putting on them club flyers. Y'all done seen it. Don't do that. Y'all done seen it. You know what I mean? Listen, y'all done seen it. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Look. MLK, freedom to twerk. Mm-hmm. Let me get that some more. Hold on. Oh. Hold on, let me see. Girl, who is at my door? Hold on, y'all. Let me see who at my door. Oh, it might be the people. It might be the hold on, y'all. Shut up, Saint. Hold on. It might be them people to do my spray around my house. Hold on. My bad, y'all. It was somebody to sell something because I saw him put the flyer on my door. I was trying to put it up on my phone. He's just selling something. But anyway, look, Mike, listen, been on the flyer for ages for scolds and blows. So when I had seen what I had seen with that girl on there, I said that ain't nothing new. To be completely honest, because I feel like if we find one funny, then we gotta find the other one funny. Look how they got Mike. And don't be acting like y'all ain't go down to these clubs. Look how they got Mike. Look how they got Mike. Now, all I'm saying is this. I'm not saying one is right, and I'm not saying one is wrong. But I feel like black people be selective because this is not right if that's the case neither. Like, if that's the case. Because don't act like y'all ain't see one of these flyers and be like, I'm going to go pass around them. Don't act like it was one of them clubs back in the day, because they've been doing this for years and years and years. This ain't just start with the internet. They've been doing this for years. Don't act like y'all ain't seen one of them flyers and laugh and be like, I'm going to go around there. I'm going to pass around there. Stop it. Yay. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now y'all want to get all high and mighty. Now y'all want to get all high and mighty because y'all don't go out no more. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. It's the I have a dream big booty jam, and y'all went around there to see who always around there. So don't do that. Just because y'all don't go to the clubs no more, don't mean y'all ain't never seen the flyer. It was like, I'm gonna just go see. You know what I'm saying? But look, I was only bringing this up because, like I said, and he got booty behind his head, and that's wrong. That's wrong. But I'm only bringing this up, girl. They had him with goals in his mouth and everything. I'm only bringing this up to say this. When I saw this, I didn't think nothing of it. I ain't gonna lie. When I saw this was right on brand because we've been doing this. And I think the selective outrage it needs to be studied, because if y'all mad at this and the Suki one, y'all ought to be mad at him with the booties in the background. Hold on. Y'all ought to be mad at this one too then, because I feel like it's all the same. Why they got booties on that man's forehead? That's a real question. Why do he have to have booties on his forehead? I'm just saying, if we're going to call it. If we're going to roll it out. I'm just asking a question. It's rhetorical. You know what I mean? But anyways, so when I saw the photos with Sexy Red, I was like, okay, that's right on cue. Like, okay, that's what they do every year. But Sexy Red reposted it, and I think Bernice took this opportunity to say, stop playing with my daddy. You know what I'm saying? And as she should. You know, I would too. Do not play with my daddy. Please. Okay? Now, as a child, I think she's well within her rights. Period, Pooh. So Sexy Red turns around and says, you ain't wrong. Never meant to disrespect your family. My apologies. Just reposted something I saw that I thought was innocent. I ain't gonna lie. Sexy Red, you a funky hoe. But Sexy Red not all the way wrong, because y'all reposted them flyers. Yes, you did. You reposted that flyer. Matter of fact, when them boys were selling the t-shirts on the corner and the hoodies, y'all bought one. You did. And if you ain't buy one, you know somebody who did. And you looked at it and was like, y'all crazy, and you laughed. But I appreciate her being mature and apologizing and not trying to go back and forth. Okay? Shout out to Sexy Red for that. Now, after that, Bernie, she responded again. Bernie had to come back and respond because Bernie was like, you know, I'm just trying to uplift you, my black sister, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Bernie. Hold on, let's get Bernie on here. Let's get Bernie on here. I think it's this one. Get the lights up, y'all, because I'm about to get over here. Girl, I'll be on here too long playing with y'all. Look what Bernie had said. So Bernie had responded After Sexy Red said, I'm sorry, she says, thank you for your apology, which I sincerely accept. Please know this is not my intention that you be denigrated. I value you as a human being. I hope you understand my concerns about the image. I know that my father has become a bit of a caricature to the world and that his image is often used with no regard to his family, his sacrificial work, or to the tragic, unjust way in which he died, a state-sanctioned assassination. Unfortunately, I regularly challenge the disregard. I earnestly wish that people would imagine what it would feel like to see their deceased murdered father repurposed for the party flyers, unjust legislation, etc. I feel her. I feel her on that. And I love that she said, girl, I value you as a human being. I know no nigga ain't ever told you that before. I'm a translate for Bernice, because she's trying to be politically correct, but I know that's not what she's saying. See, what Bernie is saying was, all right, girl, it's cool, but I feel like you not the slut that you out here portraying. I actually think you human. I know no nigga ain't never told you that before, so I'm gonna tell it to you for the first time in your life. You're not a slut, you're not a machine, you're actually a human, okay? And you gotta understand me from my point of view. Girl, my daddy, them people pop my daddy upside the head, and every time you turn around, he on a club flyer talking about pop that booty on MLK Day, and that stuff be getting on my nerves. So you gotta understand where I'm coming from. But at the end of the day, I appreciate you apologizing, girl, and be strong. That's what she said. And I don't blame Bernie. I really don't. Shout out to Bernie. Now, real quickly, we got to talk. This is the part that nobody want to say out loud. Mike, a.k.a. Martin Luther King, was a whoremonger. It's documented. Mike slept with everything 90 going west that had a pink hole. Yes, he did. Behind the scenes, don't get me wrong, he was very smart enough and intelligent enough not to have this affect his image. As a matter of fact, they show it to you in the movies because remember when the FBI dropped the tape off of him cheating on Coretta? Remember, they were trying to frame Mike. Well, not frame him, but really just expose him. They were trying to expose him to the world. Okay? So it's not beyond his character, even though she shouldn't have reposted it. Documented by who? The FBI. Girl, where you been? Hell, go look at the last Martin Luther King movie. They show you when Coretta found the tape on the doorstep, and she listened to the tape. Remember when he came home, he had apologized to her because she had listened to the tape. Y'all be paying attention to the movies? Now that's what they put in the movies, but in real life, the FBI is documented. It's documented. All right. And she said the FBI lies. Well, if they lying, then that must mean Harry Belafonte lying too. Let's go get Harry Belafonte up here. Harry Belafonte lied too. Then that's what we saying. Let me see if I can go find Harry Belafonte. Hold on. Everybody lying then. Screw it. Hold on. Hold on. If the FBI lying, then Harry Belafonte lying. All the people who was around him lying. Hold on. And that was his best friend. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Like, this stuff is documented. Y'all better be strong. Ain't nobody making this stuff up. Y'all got to be strong. This is documented, girl. Hold on. Let me see. Because let me say this too. to you guys. I'm trying to see if I can find it. The economic problem is the most unserious. Letter from Birmingham. Da, da, da. Okay, here we go. I think this might be it. Hold on. Y'all get the likes up. Because listen, y'all can sit up here and y'all be holding these people to a different standard, and I don't get it. These people is humans. They not gods. Like, they do stuff too. These people is humans. I just want to get to the part that count.
If you're not yet subscribed, please be sure to do so and turn on your notifications so you never miss an upload. Now, this video is highly sensitive, very, very sensitive topic, so viewers' discretion is advised. And everything that will be stated in this video, please do not try to read between the lines. I am simply reporting what was being said during that exact time and period. Please be kind in the comments, be open-minded, and just in general, relax, as well as racial affairs. So Harry Belafonte is a name that needs no introduction, arguably one of the most successful Caribbean American pop stars of all time. He has contributed extensively to the music industry. Artist. Belafonte's music had a unique appeal that transcended Lifetime Achievement Award and Emmy Award. He also believes in the power of walking and often takes a business. What is his favorite food and color? Belafonte's favorite food is lentil soup, which he learned to cook when he was a young man in the Navy. Regardless, he was bullied for being too light-skinned.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do, because I want to come back with the receipts. I don't want to just be talking out the side of my neck. I really want to come back with the receipts. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go find the receipts of Martin, Mike, and tomorrow we're gonna discuss it. Yes, we is, because I don't want to be on this live too long. It's already going on 2 o'clock. This is what we're gonna do, because I'm not making this up. I'm really not making this up. This is a real life thing. Everybody knew that Martin Luther King he had a lot of women. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that. Anybody who didn't know that, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but it's real. These people are human. Like, just like a regular person could cheat, why he can't cheat? These people are human beings, you know. But why is this important? I was only bringing it up, and I'm gonna bring back the receipts tomorrow, so don't trip. But this is what I'm saying. It was right for Bernice to take the back of her daddy. I would do the same thing. I don't care what he was. You're not about to play with him. But what I'm saying is, we be revering a lot of people as if this stuff is just absolutely not true. Yes, the FBI lies, but the FBI also take your truth and spray you with it. Okay? They've been known for that. They were going to take all of his real truths and use it against him. Okay? That's just how it works. And one of the truths was he was with a lot of clear women. He loved clear women. As a matter of fact, Harry Belafonte did an interview talking about how he admired the fact that he can openly be with clear women and he can't. Literally, I'm not making this up. Matter of fact, I did it on one of my lives. I could probably pull it from one of them. That's what I probably could do, pull it from one of my old lives. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the God's honest truth. And I'm only saying that to say we got to stop acting like because people did some good that they couldn't have done no bad. Because Mike was not who you thought he was. He just wasn't. I don't care if you feel away, but he just wasn't who you thought they was. All right? Now, with that being said, we're going to come back with it. I promise you, I'm making a note of it. Because I'm going to come back with my receipts. I'll be talking about this type of stuff on Educational Friday. But anyways, shout out to everybody in the building. Let me make sure I didn't miss no super chats. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. Son says cooking and listening. We'll do replay gang video. Thank you, son. Miss TDM says, let me go get some ice. You are cooking, but they don't want to hear it. Of course. Thank you, Mrs. TDM, girl. That's how they be. That's how they be, girl. And again, this ain't to take away what people think about these situations. It's just to add more context to what they not telling you. If that makes sense. They ain't ready for these teas. They say they was best friends. With that being said, shout out to everybody in the building. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. Like the video, everybody. You know what I'm saying? And Kimmy, I hope you do keep your respect. You got to keep your respect because he ain't did nothing to disrespect you. But we still gotta know the truth. So I'm glad that you're gonna keep your respect. With that being said, though, I'm about to get up off of here. I may see y'all later. Yeah, I'll see y'all later on the dollhouse. I'll see what's going on out here, and I might come back on the dollhouse. But shout out to everybody in the building. Love y'all down to the ground. I'm about to get off of here and do Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. See y'all next time. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.